I had to do it again. Oh, we have a guest behind you there.
Yeah, Beyonce is here.
Heck yeah. What I was saying was thanks
No
to
puedes
everyone for
venir,
joining
está bien.
the Gazer live stream once
Está
again,
bien,
second night in a
amiga.
row. Appreciate you guys. I'm
She's
joined by
hiding.
my buddy Muff back there. No need to hide. Hello.
She can't hear you, but she says hi.
There we go. We got Galactic
Thank you.
Cantina in the house already. We got Endorse cards.
Endor, what's up, brother?
Love it. Rookie, 100%. Yeah, I'm a rookie.
I want to show you something because I think this first sketch goes to you.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Déjame la cartitas, por favor. So, we've done a total of 4 sketches today.
Okay.
And I don't think of all of the close people who I've promised to sketch for promotional purposes, that this kind of could go to anybody else other than you.
Okay. All right. I'm excited now. Oh, dang. That's sick, dude.
So that's our first iteration from her on a Vader.
That's sick.
So previews for everybody else here. We've got Vader. We're working on a Grogu. We've got
that's sick.
your boy Wicket. And then the one she's working on right now is Darth Maul.
That's sick.
So if you want that Vader sketch, it's yours.
I'm down 100%.
But
the world will explode if Gazer ever learns how to use his mic. True story.
1000%.
Yeah.
1000%.
Yes, Master Kenobi. That is me. Thank you. Finally. My boy Wicket. What's up, guys? We will have some people joining us here. We are just kind of waiting for things to calm down. Here's the deal, guys. For the 5 of you in here, I got the Rebel Scum Con press pass, and about 20 minutes ago, I bought my plane tickets. So I am set. I am going for sure to Rebel Scum Con. So I am super stoked, you guys. Super stoked.
Oh, bro, I just did a generation with the whole Jedi theme tied into the Mandalorian. I think I might have to go with this over Sith.
Okay. I kind of want to see it, but don't worry, guys. We get 20 people in here. We're gonna 15. We'll do 15 tonight. How's that sound? We'll do 15 tonight. We get 15 people in here. We'll start discussing some names for Mr. Muff here. Where was I going? Oh, yes. There we go. We're gonna go to our messages here. Okay. We are gonna have some fun people on here tonight. It's gonna be great. Just sent that again. I'm going to text our buddy Closet because he went MIA all of a sudden.
I haven't been on anything indoors, to be real with you, bro. Been working on apartment applications.
There you go. The important stuff. Heck yeah. I love it. What?
House Sol Kanar.
That's
Solus being one alone, Kanar being the truth, the one truth.
See, here's the deal. Here's what I always thought too, and this is part of what went into my name as well. So, have I ever told you the backstory to my name? Okay, here's the backstory to my name. Let's see. Hold on a second. I got a bunch of people asking if they can join tonight. I'm telling them no, not tonight. Here's the deal. I love gazing at the stars. Part of the reason I have the background I do right now. It's stargazing. I don't know why, but sitting out on a cool, crisp night, looking up at the stars, like there for me, it's wild, man. And so for me, I combine the two things that I love: Star Wars and stargazing. Star Wars gazer. And the other reason I liked it was because gazer has a ring to it, right? It's one word. Somebody can call me gazer, right? You know, when we're walking around, somebody calls Tony Sith or Pop, or you know what I mean? Like they got like this one word. So I feel like when you're coming up with a name, those are really cool names. At the same time, you want one that like someone can say one word and it still rings true to your name. You know what I mean?
Right. So the idea is that the channel will be House with the name, and then I'm developing the lore-bound character who has a name, if that makes sense. And that'll be
I
the
see what you're going
cosplay.
for.
You know what I'm saying?
Like you're almost making your YouTube channel a D&D character.
Essentially, yeah, because I think that's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It's a really cool idea. I don't really see a lot of people doing that kind of stuff. Like we talked about earlier, you don't see anybody doing.
Yeah.
You see like legions and stuff, but it's Mandalorian legions. It's not like let's build an entire house, because it's like all the followers of the YouTube channel would be welcome to join the warrior clan.
Yeah. Interesting.
And then it'll inspire other people to do cosplay, and we just meet up, and those will be my people.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the name that populated out and that you're thinking about instead of Sith?
There's a couple, and I've still got those ideas for the Sith ones, and
Okay.
I'm just comparing them to more positive force wielding clan.
Okay, let's see it.
I still haven't got a good one yet.
Have
I
I
don't
ever
want it to
smoked
be
a
like
cigar and looked at the stars?
too
Absolutely.
long,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you don't. That's the thing. You don't want it too long. Like Star Wars Gazer, Pop the Bounty Collector, Star Wars Sith. Like they're long enough, but they're not like so long that it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So.
I think if you want, we can add Sklee, just because it's going to be like those of us in our group that'll be going. Since the topic we're going to be discussing tonight.
Yeah, is he ready for it?
I don't know if he's busy or not, but reach out to him and see if he wants to join, because he did say something in Nerds Galore.
All right, I just messaged him, so he's still heading back from work. All right. Appreciate the 60 in here, though. Do very much. Exactly. That's what I wanted Clone Force 97 to be. Still could happen. Yeah, man. I mean, you could take Clone Force 97 and make it work for yourself. I think if you change your logo, make it a little bit more like if you talk to Closet, make it a little bit more standoutish. That's why I changed my logo. Like, I loved my circle logo I had with me in the middle, but like this gazer up here in the corner, I mean, I feel like that pops out a lot more personally, because that's what people know me as, is Gazer. I even had a couple people, right, this last weekend at ICCC that apparently watched my stuff as I was walking. They're like, Gazer? Like, that's what they call me, Gazer. So, and that's what all my friends here call me. So, Geezer.
I still kind of like the Sith ones were a little bit better in my opinion, because like the ones that's generating now are like Tal apostrophe Varin. And I just feel like that's a little long versus like the Sith names that were Clan Varun and House Drawl. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you call me Drawl, and I'd have like a character, so to speak, of the name. It would be like a Mandalorian first name and then Drawl. So people just be like, "Yo, that's Drawl."
Right. Yeah. My brother and I have been designing a new one. Takes time to perfect it. For sure, dude. For sure. Absolutely. Yep, you want it to be just right. But you also don't want to take too much time where it's like you never do it.
Never do it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why this is happening.
This is happening tonight. So, yeah, dude, I'm so excited. I got my flight. So I'll tell this story real quick, and I'll tell it again when Kentucky joins us. So, this fall, my wife and I are supposed to take a trip to Atlanta together for a conference, and the conference ended up, long story short, got canceled. Oh, hold on, boys. Yo, Jungle, my man.
What's up?
How are you?
You better put your damn seatbelt on, young man. I heard that bell going off.
Jungle, did you apply for Press Pass for Rebel Scum?
So I haven't applied, but I reached out to Dad Vader and just asked him. He should be giving me his +1.
I was gonna ask if you wanted my +1, but that's okay. If you got a +1, you got a +1.
Well, if he for some reason doesn't come through, then I'll take that one. But he should confirm with me today.
Sick. Heck
So
yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yep. Just trying to help some, especially since you, me, Muff, and Sklee are going to be rooming together. I just wanted to make sure that all my boys are taken care of. So,
For sure.
dude, Rebel Scum's
Definitely, I
going to be
appreciate
sick.
that. Dude, it is stacked, bro. It's getting more
Yeah.
stacked every
Yeah.
day.
It is.
It's
going to be sick.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Got some news. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I talked to Big Kids Card Cave, Mike at ICC-Con, and I showed him the Superfractor auto that I pulled in Japan.
Yeah.
And he told me, he was like, dude, you need to send this to PSA immediately. Like, he looked it over, he took it out, he looked it up at everything, and he was like, look, man, he's like, it's going to cost you like $850 or so, $850 to send this in, but grade the auto, grade the card, have them double it. He's like, I'm pretty confident you're going to get 2 10s and like double your money on this card. And yeah, and he was like, it'll be an investment, but do it. It's like a set 5 to 7 day turnaround because you end up spending that much money because you have to insure it up to 10 grand. So I sent it this morning to PSA and took the risk. I took the risk.
Dang.
So fingers crossed. Bro. Fingers crossed I come back with 2 10s slabbed up, man.
Heck
slabbed
yeah, dude.
Up, dual 10s.
Is that the guy that was in the room buying those other autos from you that night at the card? Or was that at the actual con?
No, Big Kids Card Cave was exclusively a vendor, and then he would go home and just fucking rip everything.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's up, Millennium?
He's got like a big. He's a pretty big time breaker on Whatnot.
Heck yeah, dude.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there we go. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. That's what I was wanting to ask you about because, like I said, I got the press pass +1, so I was like, I gotta ask Jungle. So,
dude, I appreciate that. I'll try to get back to you tonight. I messaged Dad Vader today because he originally said that he would give it to me, and I would help him out with some stuff. But if he says like, oh hey, I got to give it to so and so, I'll let you know. But I asked him if I could like confirm it because I need to buy plane tickets. I told him I got my room lined out and everything. So,
yep. I about 20 minutes ago I purchased my plane tickets, so it's official. I'm going out there. So.
Nice.
I'm flying into Dallas about 9 a.m. So I leave here. My flight leaves here in Omaha at like 5:20 in the morning. And then I have a layover in St. Louis.
Yeah, so I got your text, Gazer, about that link up.
Yeah.
It would be difficult because that would mean we would have to leave from Georgia at 9 p.m. to be on track for that.
Yeah.
With no delays, or make the 12-hour trip into 2 days, which would extend time off.
Yeah, and if you can't, that's fine. I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just wait at the Dallas airport for Jungle here. Maybe he gets an air in the morning and we can split a car rental or something.
That's what I was gonna suggest.
So maybe we can just do that. I'll just wait for Jungle at the airport and we can split a car rental.
Yeah.
So.
Holy shit. Mall's done, boys.
What
now?
Mall is done.
What do you mean Mall is done?
So this the wifey's working on sketches, man.
Oh, nice.
So this is going to Gazer.
I'll have to look at it later because I'm driving.
Yeah, you know, I just crashes.
I'm driving a 6-speed while I'm holding my phone.
Oh, dude, that's impressive. What kind of car are you driving?
It's a Focus RS.
Oh, that's dope. You got it souped up?
I mean, it's still pretty stock, except for a few things.
Heck yeah.
Because it's still under warranty, so I haven't done anything crazy to it. Wheels, I've got a set of TSW wheels. I've got
you got the hoop
a weighted shift knob. I have a skid plate on it.
Sick.
Other than that, like that's pretty much it.
That's dope. Yeah, dude.
But I mean, it's 350 horsepower stock with a little hot hatch.
Dang,
And it's
that's
all-wheel
sick.
drive, so it's fast.
Heck yeah,
as
dude.
is.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna
Let me know. Let me know about what Dad Vader says tonight, and then
Yeah, I
when
will.
you do buy your either way, you have a free pass. Just let me know, and then
Okay,
when
cool.
you buy your plane ticket, try to get it. Like I said, I'm getting at the Dallas airport at 9 a.m. So if you could try it within an hour or two of that, that'd be great. So
9 a.m. on
on
Thursday morning.
Thursday. Yep.
Okay. I'll
So-
talk to my wife tonight. Yeah, I've got like a lot of different things I'm trying to squeeze in here, so I'm going to be streaming a bunch on Whatnot to try to generate that extra income for these cons.
For sure.
And doing a bunch. I'm going to be taking more commissions as well.
Yeah.
Sketch commissions. So
That's what I'm
Yep.
gonna be doing. I'll be working for my father-in-law, working security at his event center. So I'm just like piling up the money, baby. Everything's paid for at this point, so I just need to pile up the money for what I want at the con. So
nice. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Denver Fan Expo will be kind of chill, I think. Because it's only like $100 and I'm just driving down each day. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That won't be too bad. And the reason I decided Rebel Scum Con too is because not that I didn't want to come out and see you, but I figured
Sure.
there's going to be a lot more people too that I haven't seen yet, like Mortis FM. The other half of Beyond the Dune Sea is going to be there. I mean, there's Ricky, Tony,
Rebel
you guys
Scum-
again.
Rebel Scum was the way to go. Like Denver Fan Expo will be cool and everything, but there's it's way more Star Wars centric, to go to Rebel Scum.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I mean, dude, the amount of people that they have there is absolutely insane, dude. The fact that they have Sam Witwer, I'm sorry, but that's one of the things that I think I am going to pay for. I am going to pay for a Sam Auto meetup. I'm meeting Sam.
100%.
I cannot not
100%.
meet Sam.
If there's
100%.
one I do, it'll be those two. Biting possibility of like any other Mandalorian characters going,
Yeah.
Simon's
sure.
going to be there too. Simon will be there.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
plays Axe Woves, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Emily Swallow too, dude. She'll be
Emily
there.
Emily
Swallow.
Swallow. I would
That'll
say
be
Emily
cool.
Swallow and Sam are going to be my two big gets.
Same.
Because I definitely need a photo op with both and to say
He's-
I don't need a signature of the armor because I've got a really fucking sick one.
Yeah.
But I do need a Whitwer auto and photo op. So I'll
Yep.
probably just do
Dennis
dual
Lawson,
photo
Wedge
op
Antilles.
and then
That's
auto
pretty
for
sick.
Sam.
Matthew Wood is going to be there, the voice of Grievous. That's sick.
That's
Dude,
going to
it's
be a pretty
stacked.
big one to grab. It's
Yeah.
I mean they're stacked and they're still going. Like
Yeah.
we haven't even seen
Yeah,
the
he said-
headliner.
The headliners.
he said we
haven't
haven't
even seen the
yeah,
headliners.
He said we haven't even seen the headliners yet. Like, how
I just
wild
can't
is
wait.
that?
I just can't
What?
wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they gonna? Who do you think they're gonna announce?
It's
Dude,
got to be somebody massive.
like massive. Like if they
Like
I don't even know who they could pull at this point. Like
I mean, at this point, it's looking like
Hayden?
it's going to have to be Hayden or
Hayden.
Ewan.
right or Ewan or something.
That's
Dude,
what
if
I
it's
think,
Ewan,
yeah.
If it's Ewan,
Or
oh my
at this
god, I'm gonna
point,
flip my
at
lid.
this point, they're just going
What
to
if
fucking.
it's both of them?
At this point, they're just going to resurrect fucking Alec Guinness and have him come. Like,
Dude, I could see what about someone like Anthony Daniels? I could see them
I
pulling
think
like
he
an
could.
Anthony
He
Daniels.
could very well be.
That would be sick.
Because he is on an absolute bender for appearances.
Yeah, he is. I kind of hope. I don't know if it's Hayden and Ewan, I'm gonna end up spending too much money. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because I'm gonna have
Yep.
to get a dual auto
Yep.
from them.
I'm gonna sell
And
my wife.
then I'm getting Emily and I'm getting Sam. So it would be 4 autos sunk.
Yeah.
And
Minim-
maybe even Matt.
You better
Wood,
sell the
too.
car in your room.
For me,
I
I'd
know, right?
prioritize. I'd for sure get.
I just drive down and sell my car and fly back.
I would for sure get Ewan McGregor because
Your wife would
obviously, I
fucking
mean,
kill you.
Obviously.
Obi-Wan's my boy. And
Obviously.
then my second would be Sam, and I'd probably leave it at those two.
I'm gonna be real, and this is gonna be a hot take. If they both go, I'm probably just gonna spend equal amounts getting all the other ones because the lines for those two are gonna be so massive. Nobody else
Yeah.
can get to the other tables.
That's not a bad
One-
tactic, honestly.
Millennium, 100%. If you can't go, Send me the comic you want signed, and I'll get it signed for
And
you.
anybody
100%.
else, feel free to send Gazer or I stuff. I mean, I got an auto for one of my Whatnot stream guys who's been really faithful and loyal to me,
Yep.
from Warwick. So I have no problem doing all that. We'd figure out how we get shipping and all that done. But
So
yeah, either of us are willing to do that for anybody.
let's pull this up. I'm gonna pull this up, boys, because I'm looking.
Well,
at
I
this
think
right now.
if you want to check the private chat, I think I might be ready to make a decision.
Okay. Real quick, let's take a look at this if you don't mind, just real fast.
Yeah.
So these are the guests for. I mean, obviously we're talking Katie, Sam, Emily. We got Matthew Woods, Simon. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Cassianidis.
Cashinitis.
Dennis Lawson is gonna be there. We got Aiden Barton, who is the baby in Revenge of the Sith.
Andy's gonna be there again.
Yep. Alan.
Hello, my friend.
Alan Rusco Plo Koon is gonna be there.
Oh.
Anna
Hello.
Stacone is gonna be there again. This
Demi
guy.
Taylor.
Yep. Ayla Sakira. Not Ayla. Yeah, is it Ayla? Is that
No,
Ayla?
that's Ula.
Is she the green one? It's
Ula.
Ula.
Yeah.
This guy
The
who like
Wampa.
screams.
The Wampa.
The Wampa.
Wampa.
This guy screams and hits the
He does.
Superstar
In Return of the
Destroyer.
Jedi.
Yeah.
In the Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
He's the one that hits the Superstar Destroyer.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
Yeah.
Hey, Jim's gonna be there again. The voice of
Omega.
Omega.
Yeah,
Omega.
Michelle
there.
Wang.
Hey,
Michelle.
Tom Way is gonna
Who's
be
that
there.
guy on the right? I've never seen him before.
Him. This is
Yeah.
who I'm excited to see again, because obviously you guys know me and Roger are tight. We're
He's
friends.
gonna be like, bro, can you leave me alone?
The kid who got scared by Anakin Skywalker is gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
The gal who does a lot for oh my god, Luke and not
Mara Jade.
Mara Jade, thank
Mara-
you.
yep.
God, why was I blinking? I'm sorry. That's sick. I can't wait for that. Guy who plays Jabba the Hutt is gonna be there.
Yo. Which
Yo,
is
did
gonna
we
be
skip
sick
Lauren?
because in a couple of weeks, or maybe a week or two, I will be getting Dave Barclay.
Heck yeah, dude.
And I'll be
Wait.
taking a photo with the ESB Yoda doll.
So, what did we skip Lauren Peterson? Because he's like the low key guy that I'm really excited to meet. Is he on there?
Peterson.
He was on their Instagram.
Yeah, they might not have updated the website yet.
Yeah, they might
Yeah,
not
no,
have
they-
updated it yet.
They just announced Lauren Peterson.
They
So
announced
do you
it
guys know who
yesterday,
that
right?
is?
I don't.
So he is one of the really important model makers from the original trilogy and beyond that, and with ILM. He's like one of the major ILM players. Lauren is a fucking genius, dude. Pardon my language. He is
Man.
one of the reasons we have a lot of the really important elements in Star Wars. If you
Sick.
haven't seen Light and Magic on
I have
Disney
not.
Plus,
I
like,
have. I just didn't recognize the name.
I have not.
Lauren Peterson is like the model shop dude. Like, yeah,
That's sick.
I'm really
So I bet
excited to meet him.
I bet he worked with Roger Christian quite a bit then.
He probably did. But I'm not sure because he wasn't props as much as he was models. So I'm not sure
Right.
how much crossover there is with that.
That's true.
I'm sure they know each other, but
Yeah. Well, that's
yeah, man.
dope.
Lauren is like, as Roger is to you, Gazer, Lauren is to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So
dude.
yeah,
That's
Lauren's
dope.
gonna have to tell me to get lost.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love
dude.
that.
I hope they
That's
get
sick.
Lewis.
McLeod Lewis.
Yeah.
That'd be
McLeod.
dope.
That's fucking incredible.
That
Dude,
doesn't happen
he
very
was
often,
so
does it?
cool
Yo,
at
Pop.
ICC.
We got Pop the Bounty Collector in here. What's up, Pop?
Yeah.
Pop, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Not only did I get my press pass today, but I just 25 minutes ago bought my plane tickets for Rebel ScumCon. So we are going. And I already have a room at the convention center. And the three of us and Sklee are all rooming together, baby.
And possibly closet.
Possibly closet. So
5
Okay.
dudes, 1 hotel room, Rebel ScumCon. Get greasy.
Muff is so excited right now.
Oh, there's gonna be so many butt to nut interactions.
You're gonna be married by then, bro. So it's gonna be 3 married dudes and a single dude,
True story.
and
True
no
story.
wives at the scum. At the
And
scum.
at the scum.
Yeah.
We're gonna get really fucking scummy.
All right. So Muff has decided
Why did it
between
flip?
2 names.
We're gonna vote on it.
We're gonna
They
vote
both-
on it.
I'm not gonna give y'all the lore. I'm still gonna build all of that.
Yep.
But there is 2 ties to the actual names and the differences between the 2 houses.
Yep.
So we're gonna vote first if we want to go house or clan.
Ooh.
Okay.
In the chat, house or
House
clan.
or clan? What do you guys think? House or clan?
How many people are in the chat right now?
We got 8 people.
Nice.
That's
Hello,
an
everyone.
even number, so we need everybody to vote.
Come on,
Put a vote
guys.
to it. We
Rebel
could break
S.
the tie.
Jesus
Us 3
Christ.
could break the tie if we have to.
100%. 100%. All right, guys. Clan or house? What are we doing?
I mean, they're one and the same, but just for purposes of the name on the channel, are we going house or
This
are
is
we
for the
going
name
clan?
of the channel. Yep. The beginning name of the channel. House or
Clan
clan?
in the front, chat. Clan in the front.
We got a
All right,
vote
one
for
vote
house. 1 vote for house.
House.
House. Valorum.
Pop's gonna abstain from voting.
No, he's not.
No abstinence, Pop. No
Pop.
abstinence.
You gotta choose. You gotta choose.
Do it.
Do it.
House Stark, get the fuck out of here.
Mhm.
Are we banning people already?
Right. Long live the brand.
You mean Bran the fucking cripple?
Yeah, right.
The blind cripple. Bran Keller.
We got 9 people in here. What is the vote? House or clan? We got 1 vote for house. We need everyone to vote. If you're in here watching, please in the chat, house or clan.
Vote. Vote in the
Vote.
chat.
Let's go, guys. Come on.
Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated by the serious nature of this request.
Right? House scum.
House Scum. This motherfucker.
Good job, Bob.
Scum
All right.
lords.
So that's the thing is like either works for me on the name. I'm not sold to either, but I just want to hear opinions on whether you would rather
Can
have
I
clan or house.
can I put out what you put on here and put it out in the chat for people to vote on?
Yeah, fuck it. It kind of makes sense. I see what Millennium's saying there.
All right, Millennium, here we go. This is what we're deciding between. House or clan. Here we go.
Highway time.
Everybody in that fucking series was incestual though, so that's
Clan
not...
Drail, House Drail,
Draw.
Clan Draw. Okay. Clan
Varun.
Draw, House
Draw.
Draw,
or Varun.
or Clan Varun or House Varun. You guys choose.
Because technically, when you're speaking of Mandalorians, those 2 words are interchangeable, but they're not gonna. I'm not gonna be house/clan in the name on the channel.
Right, for sure. So, guys, what he's trying to do, kind of, and I'll let him explain a little bit more, is basically he's gonna name his channel this house, and almost build it like a D&D character, in a sense.
And this is Muff's channel.
Yes, and he will no longer be known as Muff.
This is the last time you will see Muff Bunzo next to my
Muff
face.
Bunzo.
Tonight, Muff dies.
Tonight, Muff.
Only
dies.
So don't
Come on,
dead
guys,
name
vote.
Yeah, don't deadman me or I'll fucking crash out on you
Right,
it.
and cancel you.
You'll snowflake us.
right. We dead.
Damn, our chat might be dead, bro.
Our chat's dead. Guys, what's
Y'all-
going on? We have 8
y'all
people in
motherfuckers
here.
are unplugged.
We have 8 people in here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Everybody's
guys.
audio is down.
Millennium Workshop says Clan Varun. We are gonna be Clan Bunzo.
Clan Bunzo. Clan Bunzo.
Totally Grizz says, yo, what's up?
What up, Grizz?
Oh.
Dudes.
Entonces, es uno de estos
Hey,
enfrente
it's
estos.
Muff's fiance. Hi.
So,
Ellos dicen sí, quieren saludarte.
I'm passing an officer of the law, so I have to put my phone down here.
¿Hablas?
Makes sense.
Ya está el
sense.
micrófono.
Makes
hi.
sense. Hey guys. Hi. How are you?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
I love your sketches. They're great.
Oh yeah. I just went to one class, drawing class, but I'm
Heck yeah.
working on that.
Heck yeah. And by the way, congratulations on getting married soon.
Oh yeah. We're a
That's
little
awesome.
bit crazy with all the things.
Right? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's sick. I love it. It was great to meet you.
Ah, nice to meet you too.
All right, guys, we got some royalty joining us tonight. Guys.
Nah, who invited this
Who we got?
fucking guy?
Is he
P.O.P.
PTB, PTB.
I can't hear him. Can you guys hear him?
Nah, he's probably talking shit.
I don't have
bro.
audio.
Oh, he's working on it. Yo.
Oh, he hit you with the
There he
flip
is.
too. Homie's
What's up,
styling today,
playa?
bro. He got the muscle tee on.
He's got the muscle tee. He's got the glasses. He's
Yo,
styling.
hey, put that shit away. Hey,
Oh
hey,
my
yo.
god, bro.
hey.
Oh my god, bro. So big though, hefty.
How are you, Pop?
Yeah,
I would be honored.
He could crush us.
for
What's
your
going
live
on?
Opinion, bro. I would be honored for your live opinion.
Why can't I hear you guys on my headphones?
Shit, I don't know. Yo, 101 in the chat.
Yo, we got 101.
101
0 of 1. 0 of 1.
0 of 1. Nobody ever, not even, he doesn't even have it.
Guys, that's a 600 trillion to 1 chance that happened.
That was crazy.
Insane.
That was crazy, man.
moment.
So Pop, we're between House or Clan Varun or House or Clan Drawl. And so essentially the idea I've had after sleeping on it for the past 2 nights is I want the channel to be like the community, if that makes sense, right? So let's say I chose Clan Varun, right? I would then create my own persona within that as my like name, quote unquote. And that would end up being tied into the cosplay, and then the podcast name for the channel, like when we, with Gazer, he has Star Wars Gazer, and then he has the Podgazer podcast. The podcast name is actually going to be Broken Tusk Podcast, thanks to Millennium Workshop.
Yep.
So
Can I be 100% honest with you?
yeah,
I don't like the name change. I like Muff.
I'm not going with Muff on the YouTube
Why not? You already have it, bro.
because
Muff is you.
do
You
you
are
know
Muff.
what? Do you know what Muff is slang for?
It could be many
That's the
things.
problem, right?
It could be
So
many
I'd rather
things.
not.
Oh. Then what about
Professionally.
Bunzo?
Then I just
House of Muff.
sound like a fucking clown. Like
House of-
here goes Bunzo the Go-Go Dancer. Like the fuck?
Well, I mean that matches you though.
Nah.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
Oh, dang, Pop. That was crazy.
Yo, Optic going wild in the chat right now.
What's Optic doing? Then?
Optic wild in the chat right now. What you just said?
House
bro.
of Muff. Yeah, here you go.
No, we're not talking about your house, Optic.
Yeah, right. Oh, dang.
Is Optic even home?
Probably not.
Right? Probably still sitting at the airport.
He's fine. Yeah.
Optic is watching us at some airport in Texas.
Man, fuck these guys. He's probably just sitting there with this fucking Sebulba. My Brussels.
Okay, wait. So I have to ask: does everybody in the chat know about what happened?
Yes.
Like, do they all know about that?
Yeah,
post?
let's chat. You guys know what happened? I'm sure
We
you
did
guys have
talk
seen
about it last
videos,
night.
but we did talk about it. But some of you might not know. If you don't, let us know. Pop, what do you think? Okay, let's just take these names just for humor me, Muff. Let's take these names out of it for a minute. He genuinely wants a different name than Muff Bunzo. Like he wants to start afresh, start anew. What since you know it's been kind of going on for the last few days, like, have you thought about it at all? Like, what you would name the channel, or kind of some of the things you would go with? I'd like your opinion. I'm kind of curious.
What I would do is just, well, obviously, my name for my channel, Pop the Bounty Collector, doesn't make any sense anymore because I don't collect Funko Pops. But that was the whole intent, right? The whole thing about me was people knew me outside of before getting into YouTube, mostly on Instagram. People knew me like, oh, you're Ricky, you're that pop guy. You're the pop guy that collects pops.
Yeah.
So that's what I was known for.
So I
And
collect
then
Muff.
and then obviously I like Django, right? Django's a bounty hunter. So I was like, okay, well, they collect bounty, and then I was also really into Mando, right? So it's all about the bounty. So I was like, well, let me just, you know, pop the bounty collector. And my whole thing that I was gonna do is I was gonna be going to different shops, shopping for stuff. And I didn't know how to do artwork, or I still don't know how to do this crap on screen. What I was gonna do is put a picture up of the pop that I'm bountying, looking for, going to the stores, and then find it, and then just at the end of the video say like captured or bounty completed or something like that. That was my whole thing around it. Now it's just Pop, Pop the Bounty Collector. Now my name is pretty much Pop. People don't call me Ricky. Everybody says Pop, 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 Pop. And then it still kind of sticks because I am collecting things. So I still kind of
Right.
collect. So for me, it's like you got to take something. What is like kind of like your favorite Star Wars, or what is your channel going to really be about? And then how you connect it,
I mean,
like
so
your
for
whole
me,
focus.
yeah. For me, really, what I want to do is I want to do. So my big thing is the Mandalorians, right? I want to do Mandalorian cosplay. I want to create different suits, different characters, and be able to do that kind of stuff and go do charitable things. And you see these people that go cosplay and they'll visit sick kids, or they'll do like appearances here and there and stuff like that. That's kind of what I want to do along that line, but also just like I think it would be incredibly cool to build this lore behind like a Mandalorian faction that rises from the ashes of the siege of Mandalore and like rebuilds what Mandalore was, like they're kind of doing now. And I thought about that even before Mandalorian came out. They started down that path. So obviously I'm gonna do like podcast stuff. Obviously I'm a collector and all that stuff. But like my main PC is Mandalorians and bounty hunters, and I didn't want to
I
do
get the
something
house and the clan
generic.
thing.
You know what I'm saying?
So I get that, so you want to be like House Vizsla, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Or you want to, or at the end of the day, like your people that follow you, your subscribers, the people that are gonna, end up being building, are they gonna be part of the clan, right?
Yeah, that
So
would be
yeah,
what it was. And then like what
mhm.
I would do is I would essentially, when you join, or like if you subscribe to the channel or something like that, you'd get your own created person and you could build your own lore within the house,
That's what's up.
which I thought was really cool.
Now the names of the house,
Yeah.
where did that come from?
So a lot of it was just taking bits and pieces from like just Chat GPT input. And then I did study Mandoa, which is like the language of Mandalore, and kind of bits and pieces, prefixes and suffixes. This one didn't really give me much of anything, but it's like, I put in a lot. I mean, I've been doing this for probably a good 26 hours that I've just been plugging away and trying to come up with a cool name and stuff like that. But I also realized within Mandoa, there's a lot of the apostrophe aid and stuff like that. Or like you'd have, for example, one of the names that came up earlier yesterday was like House Crate R, which is like KRAYT apostrophe AR. I feel like personally that would be a fucking nightmare to try to explain to people. Be like, hey, go look at my channel. It's House Kratar. How do you spell it? Well, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted it to be a little bit more simplified. So that's why I took just bits and pieces of the words. So I came up with Varun. Var is a prefix in Mandoa. I don't have up what it means right now. And then I thought Drawl just sounded fucking Sith as shit. So it's kind of just like a house that has risen from the ashes of Mandalore, and we're seeking to seek vengeance on not only the Sith and the Empire, but the Jedi, because all of those things came together while Mandalorians were infighting and just completely devastated and destroyed the planet, the culture, the creed, all of that stuff. So it's kind of like, in a way, my lore building in that, if that makes sense.
And what about like using your last name, something with your name?
It's fucking German as shit.
Yeah, it's you though.
Yeah.
It's you. I'm just thinking about something that you. Yeah, I know you use Chat GPT and kind of look messing around with names, but something that's really gonna stick. Because think about tees, hoodies, hats,
Mm-hmm.
logos. Something that's really gonna be like, "Ooh, I really like that name." Because like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Gazer used Star Wars Gazer, but Stargazer,
Mm-hmm.
right? That
Everybody
kind of
just calls me
sticks, right?
Gazer. I have the new logo now that just on a
Hmm.
hat just says Gazer. Like
Yeah. So what can you use?
Let me see what populates with me plugging in. I was gonna plug in the middle and the last name and see what comes up.
Where's Jungle driving from, bro? Are you driving back from Tennessee?
No, just no. I was driving back from work. I wanted to hop on, but I'm gonna go hop into my space, and I'm gonna leave and come back. So I'll
sounds
check
good,
in in a
dude.
minute.
See you in a minute. Millennium says, bro, I have to spell millennium for people all the time so they can find my channel. Outpost says, millennium is a hard word. LOL.
It's definitely a hard word for nerd.
And that's Pop. That's kind of what I was telling Muff too. Is like that's one of the things that's easy about his name now is people just call him Muff, right? Like that's one of
Hmm.
the things. Like yes, I combine my love of stargazing, legit stargazing, and Star Wars, right? And now that I'm traveling to conventions, right, I'm gazing at Star Wars stuff all the time now. Like so,
Right.
people just call me Gazer. Like that's just it's
But
easy.
here's the thing with the name Muff Bunzo, and you got the lowdown on the story the other day. There's
Right.
not really a tie to me personally
Right.
within that. So
Right.
if anybody comes up there like, why the fuck are you Muff Bunzo? I'd be like, it's an inside joke.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying to keep the name. I'm just saying like something that catches people and they're able to like, oh, that's Gazer. Like I only have 300 subscribers and I had a couple people this weekend that were like Gazer and I was like, yeah, like but it's easy for them to remember that one word like Pop. Everybody calls him Pop. Hey, Pop, what's up? Like Tony. Usually people just call him Sith. What's up, Sith? So BP, I mean, his battle packs is just shortened to BP. So
Oh,
everybody remembers.
I do have an interesting one.
Okay, what is
I
it?
can port kind of the lore that I've thought up behind it. Clan Will Halor.
Okay.
Because it ties in Mandalore as it was originally titled in Mandoa, which is MAND apostrophe Alor. And it takes elements of my middle name.
What do you think, chat?
This sucks. This shit's literally just putting like my name and then like an apostrophe on it.
Yeah. He said,
those are the only other ones that's coming up.
Clan Piqueculo.
Clan La Concha de mi Madre.
Oh, shit.
It's right. I'm adopted, bro. Fuck that.
I'm adopted. It's all right. I ate paint chips when I was little.
Let's see what it comes up if I incorporate Muff Bunzo.
Dude, I really like it. Keeps coming up the Dark Forge. I really like that one. I don't know why.
Oh, this one's actually not bad.
Okay.
House Muffarok. And it translates to Muff's Shadow Blade.
The best Scar Syndicate.
I've cycled through those basic ass names, bro.
Papa was dropping fire names last night.
Yo, look who it is, boys.
The man himself.
Yo, Kentucky, hop on, baby. Hop on.
What do we think of that one, chat?
Yeah, Pop, I got my hotel. I got the flight booked about 30 minutes ago. We're going to Rebel Scum, baby.
Let's go. Let's go. I can't wait.
Me neither, man. It's crazy. I went on to book a room, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to book a room in the hotel across the parking lot. And I went on there, and it was like, one room available. I'm like, and done.
Somebody backed out.
Somebody backed out, and I was lucky enough to get on at the right time, man.
So the two that I'm seeing that are worth even mentioning here would be House Muff Arok or Bunzo Tall. But I don't like the Bunzo Tall because it translates to followers of Bunzo's path. Like I'm a fucking clown in this, and the little jugglers are leading.
Sounds good,
behind
Kentucky.
me.
We'll see you in a minute. I sent you the link on Facebook. Let's see.
See you there in spirit, nah, bro.
No, bro, you're gonna be there.
No.
You're waiting you're in the Texas airport anyway. You might as well wait till August.
We
Just
need
meet us
somebody
there.
to pull a one-on-one Sam Whitwer.
Right? With
Bro,
Sam
that would
Whitwer
be-
in the hotel. Guys, did you check out the hotel room and everything? Like the hotel area and everything for this? It's like almost copycat of what we were just at ICCC. It's wild.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, we can cycle through some of those names that we were generating last night and see what Pop thinks of them.
Yeah. I even
'Cause it
generated
doesn't
some with
seem,
like because you do a lot with Star Wars cards too. So I put in there like Star Wars cards aspect stuff. And so
yeah,
like
I'd be more doing like collectibles and stuff on the YouTube though. Because
yeah.
I've already got the whatnot for the
Because like one of the things they put up is like dark side decks.
That's
You like
pretty
that
close to Dark Side Dicks. And
I know.
don't
I know.
about
That's
that.
why I said it. That's why
I don't know
it.
about that.
I'm just teasing, Muff. I was just teasing.
I don't want my YouTube channel to be inside of fucking Pop's pants, bro.
Right? Holocron
Dark.
Hunters.
Holocron Hunters. Ooh, I like that.
That's not bad. Because you said you're going to be looking for stuff at like collectibles and stuff at.
You want me to read you off some of the ones that I
Holocron
read last
Hunter.
night that I thought were cool that nobody, it was fucking
Millennium.
crickets.
This is Millenniums from last night.
Yeah, I'm not huge on that one. I'm gonna be real. I love you, Millennium.
I think the Holocron Hunter is kind of cool.
So I've got where was it? Cycle through these. I've got the Black Sigil,
Okay.
Obsidian Enclave,
Okay, I like that.
the Shadow Mandate, Wrath of Mandalore, and
Ooh.
Beskar Eclipse.
Wrath of Mandalore
Wrath
is
of
pretty cool.
Mandalore sounds pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the one that I
sounds
really
pretty
liked.
good.
What was that one that I put in the chat last night, Gazer, that everybody was like, whoa?
I don't remember.
You know what I'm
dude.
talking about?
I
couldn't
do. I don't
find it.
remember.
Did we message about it afterwards? Because I want to gauge
Yeah.
Pop's immediate reaction to that, because everybody liked that one.
What about the
initially.
Beskar Hunter?
Mm,
Yo, guys, we're joined by some real royalty here. What's up, Kentucky?
No,
holy shit.
that is
Ah,
incorrect.
Dude,
Of
look
course-
at that
of course-
collection of
of-
helmets.
Of course, Kentucky comes in here and just absolutely shits on my Black Series collection.
It's only all of them.
That's it, Kentucky? Only all of them?
I mean, well, you can't see the top shelf because then they're up here. Let me grab the camera. Because then it's all that stuff. Up there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You got the Revan, too.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, there's a little Jaguar
Incredible,
stuff
man.
up there.
Yeah, a little bit. Not
Love
too
it.
much, not too little.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. The right amount.
So Kentucky, right now we're trying to Muff here. He's trying to change his YouTube name. He wants to start fresh.
Okay.
And so he's trying to get a name that kind of incorporates his love of Mandalore and Sith and kind of collecting and stuff like that. So
Okay.
the one that he just what was the Wrath of what again?
Wrath of Mandalore.
The Wrath of Mandalore.
Huh.
Thought that was pretty cool. Any ideas?
See, man, I'm bad. You know what? I've seen a lot of like the Mandalorian mercs, like the Mando mercs, like they're like the names that they've created for like their particular characters.
Yeah.
Because like unlike the 501st, they're able to do their own thing.
Yeah.
and like you're really able to like be creative in Mando Mercs, but versus like you need to copy exactly what is on screen for the other clubs.
Yeah.
I've seen some interesting names, and like the first one I thought of is like maybe like some kind of spinoff of like the OG, like Mandalore the Uniter, like
So
Yeah.
interesting thing is,
I like
I
that.
was gonna get a custom full suit
Mhm.
of Tar Vizsla in
right.
the gold armor with the red cape, that kind of stuff.
Well, it's
So I
hard.
was thinking about Mandalore the Ultimate and then spell
Yeah.
it the old way of Mandalore.
Okay. Yeah.
But
That's
I was
pretty cool.
also, before you got on, I was running down. I came up with 2 names, and essentially what I would do is like the channel would be House or Clan of Blank,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'd build the lore behind it.
Yeah.
The people who followed it would become able to, like, if you subscribe, I would generate you your own name, and then you can create your lore. I'd have a customized banner. I'd have sigils.
That's
you
cool.
know.
Like on a Discord vibe.
Kind of like a Discord vibe, or like almost like a D&D kind of just like Mandalorian sect.
Yeah.
That like our thing would be like jaded towards Jedi, Sith, Empire. We don't care because you all destroyed Mandalore.
Right. Got it. Right on. I hope you can't hear the Star Wars music going on in the background. My
Nope.
brother's playing Fortnite, and it's just like the first like 2 bars of the song just looping forever.
Yeah, forever. Literally forever.
I was like, just finish the battle pass so you can quit that game already. He's like, I gotta play it. I gotta get Grievous.
Literally. I'm about to be on that grind tomorrow.
That's funny.
Yo, so I hit up Chat GTP or GPT. Sorry.
You got the special app,
Yeah, the special one.
the GTP.
They got Beskar Bloodline. They got Ghost of Concordia.
Oh,
They got Shadow of Mandalore. And then they got like catchy fun names for like your podcast. You got
the
Armor Up,
podcast is already decided.
Armor Up, or
That's
you
another
have Helmets
single.
Off.
The podcast is going to be Crack Tusk podcast.
No, the
because
Broken
it's gonna
Tusk
be- or the
podcast.
Broken Tusk podcast. This is going to be a broken logo of a mythosaur with a broken tusk.
Well, they also got Mythosaur Minutes.
Not bad.
Beskar Bloodline sounded cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still like. I don't know, man. Wrath of Mandalore and like Shadow Mandate are pretty sick because it's like
Yeah. I like the Wrath of Mandalore. I'll be real.
Mhm.
I think that one's catchy and it's got like a cool, like, oh, that's sick.
because that's essentially I could build the lore behind that too because
could.
it's like the whole idea that I had was just like having Mandalorians sectored off and kind of like abandoning the creed, abandoning that kind of stuff, and they're just willing to do whatever it takes to rebuild Mandalore in their vision.
Yep. 100%. I think
Yeah.
you should go Wrath of Mandalore. That's my vote, honestly.
What do you think?
What do you guys think?
I like it.
I like it.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
Chat, we got 17 people in here. We need a vote. Wrath
mean,
of Mandalore, yes or no?
At the end of the day, Muff, if you like it and you really own it, like everyone else will get on board, you know?
100%. Yeah, that's true.
So that's how I was thinking of spelling it, boys.
Nope, Wrath of Mandalore. Here we go.
I think that's it.
I think that's it. I think you are the Wrath of Mandalore. Yep.
That's pretty sick.
Cosplays,
I
the
do like-
cosplays are about to go stupid.
Yep.
Sorry,
Guys,
on here.
Guys, that is the last time you will ever see Muff Bunzo.
It's
as
already
the name
gone.
on there.
Gone.
It is Wrath of Mandalore now.
there
We
it is.
decided. There it is.
Done.
There we go.
Actually, for Gmail and email purposes, I think I'm just gonna have to do the new wave of Mandalore.
Yep.
It's not gonna like the apostrophe.
Fair
The
enough.
apostrophe is so cool, though.
It is, but like if I tried to make
It speaks to that
Yeah.
history that you were talking about. It's kind of sick.
Yeah.
You could at least do that like on T-shirts or something, you know, like
Mhm.
do that with your
Yeah.
merch.
yeah, or I mean, I could do it with the name on the channel and stuff, and then just spell it the right, like the
Mm.
new way on the email.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with, boys.
Sick.
Setting in stone.
Wrath of Mandalore.
dude.
Here he is.
All right,
Congrats, dude.
let me
Congrats.
throw that application in
Yeah.
real quick.
Kentucky. Speaking of that application, I just got accepted today after I talked to you. I got the good to go +1.
Yep.
So I ended up before that. Yeah, a couple days ago, I booked my hotel. I ended up getting. It was funny. I went on there. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to get a hotel across the parking lot. And I went on there, and it was like one room available at the convention center. I'm like,
Really?
done. I got it. Yeah. And,
Yeah,
actually,
I think they're
sorry.
gonna go ahead.
I was
No,
just
go
gonna say,
ahead,
I
please.
think Wrath of Mandalore here, Jungle Jedi, and then Sklee are all gonna room with me because I got a
Right
bed, hotel of 2 beds. And then
Yeah, it's
30
literally
minutes
the
ago, I
same
booked my
layout
air.
as ICC.
I was
Bro,
gonna say,
bro,
I
mean-
literally was looking up the pictures last night and pulling it up. I'm like, this is ICCC, like the hotel and everything.
it's in Embassy Suites, but it's a bigger ballroom. Like it's a different layout for the like the hallways and stuff.
Okay.
But it's and I think it looks being at both of them. It looks like I think it's a newer building, but it's
Okay.
also a different layout. Like the bar isn't like under the like the center of the lobby. It's off to the side. But yeah, it's the same thing. All the Embassy Suites are kind of the same. They have like the fake Starbucks built in and stuff.
Yeah.
I do have one question.
I got answers. They're
Are
not
all-
correct.
Are all 3 elevators going to be working?
Yes.
I think it has 3, maybe 2. I mean,
Hey,
It has
last
3.
time
I saw
was there,
3 in the
everything was
picture.
working.
cool.
Yeah,
I started-
all right.
I started
Yeah.
taking the stairs.
Yeah, I started getting my steps in. I lost like 4 pounds that weekend.
Were they not working?
One
Bro,
of the
it was
middle one was.
Wow.
the middle one wasn't working, and then one of the nights only one was going up and down. But it was like you had all of us plus all the hotel guests, so you'd have
Yeah.
like 20 people waiting to get on the elevator. And then if you didn't have somebody holding that door when it went to close, it's taking you with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched kids almost get their heads cut off. Like I was like, y'all need to chill.
Yeah,
Kentucky
I don't-
about 30 minutes ago. I ordered my plane tickets. I got them booked. We're good. I'm
Nice.
going. So
on. Yeah, I gotta start booking some plane tickets myself. I think I've got I've got a good 30 people. I gotta get to the show.
dang,
Nice.
dang, dude. We were talking about the crazy thing is that like you guys already have a stacked show. Like of
Yeah.
everyone
insane.
coming and like
Yeah.
you guys aren't done yet, and we are just like mind blown of like who else could you guys add? You guys have like almost
killing it.
everyone.
I've
Like
got the breaking news, guys. Okay,
yeah, right.
they're reviving Alec Guinness, and Alec Guinness is headlining.
Ah,
for this
that's
summer.
it. Okay,
I mean, that'd be cool.
That'd be insane.
that'd be dope.
I mean, who knows? There may be some type of Obi-Wan there. We could probably figure something out.
It's gonna be Gazer.
What?
Oh, dude, what if it's James? Dude, if they bring in James Arnold Taylor, come on.
Yeah.
I can't bring any of those Clone War guys in because they're all doing a show in Houston.
Oh,
Like,
that's
not-
right.
not-
Space Con or something, right?
No, they're doing Houston. They're doing NostalgiaCon. That's it. It's all like
Ah.
anime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's all voice actors. Like the whole show. I mean, they may have some actors at the show, but it's mainly
Hey,
voice actors.
You got Matthew Wood. That'll satisfy a lot of people's
A
cravings
lot of
for that.
people.
For me
Yeah.
right now, it's Sam
Yeah.
Witwer that I'm
And
so
Sam.
excited to meet.
Yep.
Sam is going to be
Hype.
massive.
Hyped
Yeah.
for Sam.
I'm working on another voice actor right now. It's someone who hasn't signed in a long time in person.
Ooh.
And he's, if I remember correctly, Clone Wars, Rebels, and live action voice acting too. So
Oh, dang.
Really?
Yeah.
Hence, we have to solve the.
It's
I
the
mean, that's-
artist.
I mean that
formerly
kind
known
of
as
fits
Mark
under the
Wood.
same kind of thing as and I don't know. I'd have to look and see if he did video games, but I imagine so. If you did live action and Clone Wars and Rebels, probably video games as well. But I mean, because like Sam's the same way. Sam did games. Sam did Clone Wars and Rebels and live action because I think it was Andor. He was a short trooper. I think he was a short trooper that when he was getting sentenced, I think, not the one that stopped him on the
Yeah,
beach.
yeah.
I think it was
That's
the one that
interesting.
pushes him on the transport.
That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the suit. I think it was just voice.
And he also does stuff for Star Wars Audible. I'm listening to Shadowhunter right now, Darth Maul, and he's the reader for that. So,
Dude,
Yeah,
Shadowhunter is awesome.
dude, it's such a good book so far.
Yes.
I'm only like 4 chapters in, but I love it.
That book's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, what's
Yeah.
better than hearing Darth Maul and the voice of Darth Maul, like for
Right?
Dude,
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Kentucky, good evening, dude. I didn't get to say what's up. It's good to see you, brother. I
got
didn't
here right
expect
before
you.
I was
Thank you.
I was in some traffic, and
Nice.
I got an invite a little while ago. I didn't check my messages, so it was like, wait, you mean like in an hour? I'm not even home.
It's all good. We appreciate you joining. We kind of wanted to get your kind of, obviously, you guys, this is the second year of Rebel Scum.
Yeah.
So just kind of take us a little bit. Like, I've never been. I know, Pop, you've been, right? You've been to Rebel Scum?
No, it's Pop's first
Oh,
year.
dang. Okay, cool.
It's all our first.
All our first year.
Yeah.
So give us a little, like, kind of, I guess, behind the scenes tour of kind of what it's like.
Well, I'm one of 3 primary partners, but we have a number of people involved. I'm definitely not the press guy. I'm not the voice, but I understand what we're about. It's definitely without using the word, it's a cost-effective alternative to some other only Star Wars shows that happen sometimes yearly, sometimes every other year. Whereas year 1 we had 43 Star Wars guests. We just went all out and signed anyone that we could because we wanted to make a big splash and like to kind of show everyone where we're at. And we basically ruled out anyone who wanted to charge more than $60 for a signature.
Dang.
So we kept everything between $40 and $60.
That's insane.
So we had 42 of those signers in that realm, and the 43rd was Ahmed Best, who was our headliner, and I think he was $70. But that was like his first show back in a long time. Besides, like I think he did an in-store, like a toy store or something before that. He had done a couple last year, but apparently, what I'm told, my partners who own RebelScum.com, which now I'm involved in with them, were big proponents of like sticking up for Ahmed when all of the negative prequel stuff was coming out, and I think because of that, we don't know this. He didn't, Ahmed didn't tell us this, but it was kind of what we believe is the reason that he picked us, because he did the 3 shows last year and he turned down 27 shows.
Wow.
So to be like one of those 3 or one of those 4 shows that he did, there has to be a reason why. And especially for it to be a first-year show, to take a chance with us, there had to be a reason for it. And that's what we kind of believe is the reason, is just the positivity that we try to keep in the community. It's a goal, because it's like, there's, everyone has a favorite Star Wars, but like every bit of Star Wars is someone's favorite.
Yeah.
So it's like, we just try to be that kind of middle ground for everyone. And that's why, like, we had, at the time, I think we had something from everything year 1. We had a number of guests from the original trilogy. We had at least a few prequel guests, because we had Ahmed, we got Amy Allen and Alini and Michonne, who was Orsing. We had very minimal from sequel because there wasn't people available, but we had Ross Sambridge, who was the body for Snoke. And then I think we had at least someone from every Disney Plus there, and minimal voice actors because we just didn't have access to them. They've been doing so many shows that they were always not available to us. So, but yeah, a little bit of Obi-Wan. We had both of Vaders with Demetrius and Tom O'Connell. There was, maybe only 1 or 2 people from Andor, because they were mainly UK actors in that. All of the Mandalorians, the first show to ever have all 3 suit actors from Mando together: Barry Lowen, Lateef Crowder, and Brendan Wayne.
Sick.
Yeah, there was a lot going on that year, and it was a lot of fun. It was kind of described as Star Wars summer camp.
That sounds like such a sick idea, bro. If I had a camp like that, I would never have grown up.
Yeah. And he said, oh yeah, and I think Dante is listening. So he said, he's reminding me, he's like at around 45 to 47 panels, because it was a
wow.
Yeah. Well, last year it was a 4-day show last year. We did a Thursday, like kind
Wow.
of soft opening, like that was just for vendors. We had no guests there. So there's no signing stuff. So we wanted to make sure the vendors got a highlight. And then we had 3 days of the guests there as well. So it was, and we had 2 panel rooms, and I think there was something going in each one of them at all times. So
What up? Shout out to Dante. What up, Dante?
I think he's there. I mean, I don't know. He didn't.
Hello,
He sent me
Dante.
one text, and I don't know if he's listening or if he just randomly said 47 panels.
Hey, Dante. I don't see any marketing for my Thursday outside and the table for $1 autographs.
We didn't get artwork for it. He didn't send us the digital assets.
By the way, I was gonna ask Dante because he does your social media stuff, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask him. I went to tag him in the post today that I got accepted. Tag you guys, Rebel Scum Con. You guys don't allow people to tag you, and I'm like, hey.
No one's allowed to tag Dante. I can't tag him either. And anytime I try to send him something on Messenger, I have to literally go and type him in, like his full name in, to like share him something. I don't know. Something's broken with him.
Interesting. Dante, you gotta take that off there, bud. We gotta be able to post about you and tag you, Rebel Scum Con, in some of our posts here. We want to do, especially while we're at the con. Like we do a lot of tagging.
You can't tag Rebel Scum Con, or you can't tag
Rebel Scum Con. It won't let you tag it on Instagram.
On Instagram, really?
And
Yep.
Huh.
You've shadow banned everyone.
I went to tag Rebel Scum Con today on Instagram when I posted about getting the ticket, the press pass, and to thank you guys, and it wouldn't let me tag you guys.
They blocked you, Geezer.
He did. He just blocked me. That's 100% correct. I'm sorry.
Well, you went Rebel Scum Con official and it didn't work?
Yeah, let me double check. But
while he's doing that, Kentucky, what year is this for you guys?
This is number 2.
This is number 2. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Sophomore effort right here.
Yeah, and like some rappers that we wouldn't that I'm not gonna name, we're coming in hard.
So the top one up there, you can't see it, but the top one, right? That's grayed out.
Yeah,
it's grayed out for me. It's grayed out. It won't let me choose them. It says can't mention Rebel Scum Con official.
Bro, get wrecked.
That's weird.
Bryant says if Ricky isn't on the list for autos and photos, he's going to cancel his flight.
Bryant, are you coming to Rebel Scum Con? If you are, that's sick because I just bought my tickets. We're good to go, baby. Well, I bought my plane tickets. Millennium says, well, if they don't follow you back, that's why, Gazer.
Is that what it takes? Is that what you can't mention someone if they don't follow you? I don't think that's.
I think you might have the profile settings to not be mentioned by people that aren't connected with you.
Huh.
If that makes senes.
He says he's looking into it. Everyone else can tag us, so he doesn't understand.
And get fucked,
it's me.
It's just Gazer.
You guys blocked me. Ah!
I don't think you're blocked.
Kentucky got back to his room at ICCC and was like, yeah, we'll let him come, but block him on everything.
That's hilarious. Yeah, if Dante wants to
wait
look
till he
into
books
that,
his flight and his hotel, and then cancel the press tab, but we'll sell him a ticket.
Right? Yeah.
At the door for extra value.
Oh, dang, that would be hard.
Yeah, online it was $50 cheaper, but you decided to wait till the last minute, so
Wait,
we can't help you out.
Wait, nobody told you guys that press badges are $100?
And we're out.
Well, I'm done.
Sucks for you guys. I'm going.
Duncan's laughing. He says you're definitely not blocked.
Okay, cool. No, I was just.
I don't
they
think
looked at Gazer and they went, "Ha ha, sucker."
Kentucky, can you tell us some of the things that you have learned from the first effort that you guys are going to be applying this year to make Rebel Scum Con better?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm listening to my brother cursing in the other room. Getting owned in Fortnite as like an almost 40-year-old, probably getting killed by like
a 12-year-old
9-year-old
on Adderall.
Keep it down. Working. Well, there's definitely a number of things that we learned. we took a year to plan the first one, and we tried to cross as many T's and dot as many I's as we could. But obviously, it's a learning process, and there was definitely some things that we needed to do better, and we definitely went out and did our best to make sure they're better this time around. One thing was we had a hotel that wasn't really willing to work with us very well. And we found that out when it was too late. It was like within a few weeks of the event happening. They kind of took a lot of money from us for just before the event happened, for rooms that weren't sold yet. We sold the rooms, and then it became a thing where they didn't want to give the money back, and they never did.
Wow.
They also did things like the ballroom there and the vendor room were both pretty large because we needed to keep all of the signers, 43 of them, in that entire ballroom. So we took the other room as well, and that was for vendors. And there was a decent walking distance between the two. So like people that were looking to shop, they would head in the vendor room and they didn't get to the signer room, or vice versa. People that was trying to hang out with the Star Wars actors, I mean, there was 43 of them. They were all, some of these people had never done shows before. Some of them haven't seen each other since they filmed. So a lot of them were interacting with each other. It was very, very low key. Everyone was having a great time. It was very casual. And that caused a lot of people to get to hang with celebrities that they would have never even gotten to meet. And it caused them to never go to the vendor room. And because they were so far apart, often enough, we were trying to put signage up to try to help vendors out and whatnot, and the hotel would take down signs anytime we put up. And there was just a number of things they were working against us with. But one thing is we moved to a venue that wants to work with us better. The city of Frisco is working with us. They have like a tourism kind of a tourism program here. They want to bring more people into the city of Frisco. So they want to work with, things that are going to help that, and which, we're an event that's going to bring people in. And we redesigned the way that we run our vendor room this year. And I don't know if anyone has access to a screen, but if you look on the vendor HQ page on our website, our map this year, you have to enter in the center of the vendor room and to get access to the celebrities. So no matter what, everything is going to branch off of that vendor room. Artist Alley is down inside the vendor room. The Ink Fusion tattoo areas inside the vendor room. The featured guest artists that we have bringing out, they're all like Celebration alumni, like Lucasfilm and Disney signed, artists that are going to be in there as well. Everything will be branched off of the vendor room. So you have to go into there to get there, except for the panels. The panels you'll be entering from the hallway for that. But everything's there, so it's one big home.
That's actually such a great idea too, because it's almost like you can't have guests that circumvent that. Like they have to at least go see what kind of cool stuff there is to buy right before you get to go spend more money.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's you at least got to see it. I mean, because if you came in the back entrance to the other hotel and you walk by and you're like, oh, this is where the signers are. Cool, I'm home.
Right. You might never see them.
No, it wasn't like to try to convince you to buy something. It was like you didn't even see it. You didn't have a chance to make that decision yourself.
Yeah, that wasn't something I'm insinuating. I was
just no, not at all.
Idea,
so compared to, because for me, like ICCC was my first convention, this last one. Compared to that, because obviously the hotels have a similar layout. You said this one's
because it's the same brand. Yeah,
right. You said this one's slightly bigger. What is the layout going to look like comparatively? A little bit.
What do you have access to the to a screen there that you can see our website?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, if you scroll down, if you go to the vendor HQ page, and you scroll the tab down a little bit, and it says "Discover your ideal booth." There, it's going to show what our vendor room map's going to look like. Now, this is a student of just the room, the vendor room. It's not all of the hallways and everything that's going on there. I think if you click on it, it'll probably zoom in on you, or at least it does on my PC. But it's kind of color coded right now. It's giving you the whole. If you click on the map, does it make it bigger or not? No, okay. I don't know why it doesn't on mine, but I guess I'm lucky. No, I don't know. It's different now. No, there used to be a button that popped up. I don't know. Microsoft's weird. Yeah. So we like to have a nice, roomy vendor room. We have it like at least 12 to 13 foot aisles. The last thing we want is someone to like feel anxiety of like being in the way while they're looking for something. Like they see something they're like, and then they have to feel like they're in the way or have people actually bumping into them and stuff. So we like to make sure that people have the space to do what they want to do at the show.
Nice.
There is going to be some changes to that map. We're actually like evolving it right now. What you can't see is across from the main entrance to the vendor room is just across from there as photo op. So they're going to be really close by. We're going to have a number of fan tables and club tables that are going to be just outside the door. I mean, it's common stuff you're going to see at every convention, but there it is.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, Kaiser. Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's things that we have to add to the map. If you look over to the right, there's two like white boxes. In between those two white boxes are going to be so far right now 4 different tattoo artists from Ink Fusions. That's Mark Draven's company.
Oh, sick.
He's awesome, and some of the dudes he's got coming are
Dude,
like,
a couple of those artists are mind blowing.
I saw this Darth Maul piece that was insane, and then this other guy, I saw his Grievous piece, and I'm like, man, I don't have enough time to get something. I wish I did.
Right.
How much are they charging for the tattoo stuff?
I haven't checked into each artist what they charge per hour, but most times because this is my first time having tattoos at our show. Like I've seen them at cons before, and what I've kind of learned from that is there's hardly a lot of time for like a walk up. Most times these artists like to announce as early as possible, open up like for appointments. So they'll have their appointments booked out for pretty much the whole show.
Yep.
Basically, I mean, sometimes it's not even people that would be coming to the show if they're like fans of that tattoo artist. They're like, oh, cool. I can go and, tattoo some people in Dallas. I mean, they're obviously rock stars in the Star Wars tattooing world. So, people go and book them up and then they get their work done.
So
sick.
dope.
That's sick. I love it. That's cool. I'm super excited for.
You look at the map, right? So if you look at the top part in the middle, where that doorway is, right there, yeah. So
That's
you
a
gotta go
bathroom.
out that doorway.
That's a bathroom.
Oh yeah, well, it's a restroom.
Yep.
And then you're gonna go to the men's run.
Yeah.
And then my table's gonna be there for $1.
Oh, that's your $1.
You better get that vendor application in right now.
Oh no, I don't need it, man. I already got it, bro.
Are you gonna have mints and soap in there for
mints and soap, little
He's-
cologne for you?
He's gonna be signing with one hand and a tip hand is the other hand.
Offering mints in the bathroom.
Yeah, man.
So
I do have a question about the artist booth.
Yeah.
Is if you scroll down, you can see like the price for each booth.
Mhm.
Is that for the entire weekend?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's if you're a vendor, that's for the entire weekend. I'm not sure if we even have any artist booths left at this point. I think we're going to be blocking that out pretty soon.
Okay.
Because I think with the applications that are in right now, if everyone gets their invoice and pays, I think we're out of vendor booths. I mean artist booths, and we have a couple of vendor booths left.
Okay.
And where we are actually going to be looking into adding additional artist booths because we're trying to see if we can fit additional ones.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, because I mean, at that price too, for me, I was like, wow, I could like grab a spot and hustle a bunch of sketch cards and maybe a few bigger pieces. But if they're all full, then I can wait till next time too and just plan ahead a year in advance to have like a bunch of pieces done, grab a table.
That's dope.
In the future, just apply early.
So, and it's something that once you're on our mailing list, you get them first dibs, especially returning vendors get those first dibs at getting a booth and as well as getting placement.
Cool.
You kind of ignore where it says celebrity room there because that's back when we were living in a world where we were going to have 22 guests. So that's going to change. The layout of that is going to change, and we're going to be moving some things around in order to fit the, I don't know, 32, 34 that we're going to end up with, because there's too many contracts out right now for us to be in that 24 world. We're past that already. I think, I don't know, 20
celebrity rooftop.
I know. Let's start putting them in a different hotel.
Yeah.
Are they? Is the hotel going to allow, like, similar to what we just experienced at ICC? Are they going to allow lobby sales and room sales?
That's not something like that I know of that hotels are against or whatnot. I'm not sure how that goes. It's something that, like, we haven't come across it yet for our show, because we are a fresh, we're kind of a new show. We're on our second year. Yeah. So it's not something that, I think that's something that comes with time.
Yeah. Are you personally, like, I mean, because, a bunch of us could just talk and be like, we're doing it,
Sure. I mean, it's something that I think, I don't know. I haven't really talked to Josh and Bobby, my other partner, about it. It's, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not something like, if we didn't want it, that we could really stop. And like, it doesn't, and at the same time, but I think it's also something that I don't know if, as a brand new show, is something that we would encourage, like, that we would advertise, because, then it kind of takes the value away from the vendors in the room. But I think I think it's very similar to a lot of different markets where there's room for both.
Yeah.
Where where certain things make sense, and there's value in having your vendor booth, and there's and the other thing also makes sense too. It's just I think it's just because we're so new. I think it's something that I don't know that it even would be an instant thing, unless there was a group of people that are used to that already coming in, and it kind of starts the, like the, oh, hey, what is this? Oh, okay, now I get it.
Yeah. So is it also, like, with the guests and everything, is it kind of like ICCC? Like, when I got up at 8 in the morning and I'm downstairs getting breakfast, and there's freaking Warwick Davis just sitting there eating breakfast next to me. You know what I mean? Like,
you're completely immersed in the Star Wars world when you get there, when you get to Rebel ScumCon. I mean, there is free breakfast at this hotel. There's a good chance you're going to be, seeing the same people you're going to see inside the convention hall that at breakfast.
That's sweet. That's awesome.
You're gonna, everyone's staying there for the most part. There's certain people that contractually don't stay on site, and it's that's how that goes. But it's I mean, we're all going to be there. Everyone's going to be interacting. Last year, I think Brendan Wayne, Roy Ross, some of the other Mandalorian actors all went after the show, went to Entretti's, which is basically like a Dave and Buster's plus a go-kart track.
Oh, that's awesome.
And laser tag, and like, a bunch of other things. Like, it's just everything all in one place. And, they all went there afterwards, and I think they went with like a number of like attendees.
That's dope.
I think Ross Sandbridge and a couple people went to, like, PF Chang's with guests. Like, everyone was kind of just chilling out, interacting with everyone. It was just kind of like, it was Star Wars summer camp.
It was funny. I had a really funny interaction with Brendan Wayne. So I had talked to him at the con before that day, and then on Saturday, and then the next morning at ICCC, I was waiting to leave, just saying goodbye to some people, and he came off the elevator and kind of was walking by me. I was like, Mr. Wayne, it was great to talk to you, man. And he looks at me jokingly, but he goes, no, it wasn't. Get better standards. And like keeps walking. I died laughing, man. I was like, that is fantastic.
I love him. He is such a great dude. We got to hang a bunch at Rebel ScumCon last year. Like, he was the guy, like, when we took a group photo, we got all of the Star Wars actors together, and we did a group photo, I think on, I don't know, Saturday morning or Sunday morning. And he was the one that just grabbed me and just pulled me. He's like, you're coming next to me. And like, he was just always fun.
Is he coming back again this year? Do you know?
Well, we kind of have this like loose rule that we're not doing any repeat guests back to back We will be repeating guests. I mean, but we're trying not to do any back to back because we want to give everyone the value to for the next following year.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean we're ruling people out forever. And there are kind of like little loopholes that are kind of kind of getting around that fact. Like Virtual Cantina Network is doing our official like after party on Friday night, and that starts at 8:00, and that's at the Revel Grill, which is 2 miles up the road from the hotel. And he's got 13 exclusive guests to his show, and a couple of them were at Rebel ScumCon 1, like Marty Matulis is one of them, and who's the Pirate Vane from Skeleton Crew and Mandalorian. John Morton is going to be there. That's Dak and Boba Fett from Bespin and Empire Strikes Back. And I know there's at least one more. Oh, David Ankrum is going to be there. David Ankram's the voice of Wedge in Rogue One and in A New Hope. Those are people that were at Rebel ScumCon 1 and they're back. Technically, I mean they're in Dallas at the same time, and it's a sanctioned Rebel ScumCon sponsored after party.
That's sick. I'm really excited for Rebel ScumCon. I'm really glad I'm going. And now we got Mr. Closet going now. He's gonna be going. Did you get your Closet? You applied for press, right?
I applied for press yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday. So I'm planning on going, but this will be my second ever thing I've ever been to. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Same for me. ICCC was the first. This will be my second thing ever.
Wow. Well,
I'm excited.
I mean, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I wish I could tell you more about what we have coming up without with spoilers, but I mean, with what you see already, there's so much happening. I don't know if you saw yesterday's announcement, but
yes,
we announced an absolute legend.
Yes,
yeah.
Jungle Jedi here. It was super stoked about him. Because for me, like, don't get me wrong, they're all great and they all made Star Wars, but like what Roger Christian is to me is what he is to Jungle, So
right.
It was cool. We were just talking about that right before you got on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Lauren Peterson is such a legend. He is responsible for so many of the cool things that we know Star Wars to be originally.
Yeah.
And he just put in so much work in the model shop to like make that go. And he's an ILM legend,
Oh, absolute. And, I kind of knew his name and I knew stuff that he had done, and I didn't know the extent of it until I really put the Light and Magic like documentary on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh wow. Like it took my love that was already there and it kind of just like magnified it.
Yep.
And this was, and then a couple days after that, a good buddy of ours who's one of the agents we're working with, he's like, hey, I think I may be able to convince Lauren Peterson to do shows again. And I'm like, what? I'm like, I was just watching him the other day, and he's like, oh yeah. And he's like, I think it may happen, but he's literally only going to do one show a year, if that. I'm like, okay. And he's like, you've been really good to us. We want you to be that show. And I'm like,
wow.
Okay. I'm like, it's already a yes. Let's just do it.
So cool.
So So he talked to Lauren, and Lauren wanted to, was kind of into what we were doing, and he agreed to do the show. And we're like, okay, well, let's get this announced immediately. I want everyone to know about this. I literally started saying he is the man who created the Star Wars, because it's like you take George's vision in his head and he's telling that to somebody, and that person is writing down a picture of what is in George's head, and then that picture gets passed to Lauren, and then Lauren creates it. Taking that picture and making the thing. No, that's the real thing.
Pardon me for calling this the original name, but Slave One. I mean, he built it.
No, pardon. That's Slave One.
What's right behind you? Like that was Lauren.
You talking about Boba Fett's starship?
Yeah, that's called the Slave One. Get it right.
Yeah, that's right, Gazer. Yeah, exactly. Which is like one of my all-time favorite ships, and I had one from the 90s. It's supposed to be on this shelf up here with the Millennium Falcon and X-Wing, but my mother can't find it in my old collection, so I might have to buy another one.
I moved my little brother out to Texas with me because we're both East Coast kids. I moved here like 5 years ago. Actually, during COVID, I moved here, and then like a year ago, I was like, hey, why don't you come out here, help with the show, find different work, and he moved into my two bedroom apartment, and the second room was just a toy room. It was just wall to wall bookshelves of toys. And like he had like his bed in the middle of the room. He couldn't he can only just jump on the bed from the doorway. I'm like, we gotta move. This isn't gonna work. So we went and got a 4-bedroom, and the other 2 bedrooms are literally just toys now.
That's wild.
That's sick.
But I mean, the only thing I could fit in frame is helmets. Like I got my Falcon there, but it doesn't fit, and my pup, the AT-AT there, but I can't get enough cool stuff in the frame.
I love it. Who's that Wrath guy? I'm not sure who that Wrath guy is. I love it, dude. Great logo, by the way.
He's a scum lord,
right?
For sure.
You got to animate that bad boy.
Pop, you got anything?
We're gonna work on it. I just wanted a placeholder so people aren't just like, "What the hell is this channel?"
Pop, you got any questions for Kentucky? Since this is your first time too.
No, sir.
No, nothing.
Just point me to the barbecue.
Right? Hey, speaking of which, Bryant says, I'm going. We all have to meet up and eat some Texas-style barbecue.
Okay.
Amen. 100% that is happening.
Don't make the mistake of going to Heart 8 because it's close by the convention center. Right next to the bar that is the after party on Friday night is a place called Hutchins. Hutchins Barbecue is the best barbecue in Dallas.
I'm writing this down.
Yeah, write it down, Gazer.
Yeah, it is.
Where's the after?
It's called Revel, Revel. Revel, I think it's Bar and Grill, or let me get the exact name and not guess.
It's just called Hutchins Barbecue.
Yeah, Hutchins Barbecue. There's 3 locations now. There used to only be 2. The father is the original pitmaster. Each one of his sons owns a restaurant, and the 3rd son just opened his, which is the furthest away. But the one of them is in Frisco, 2 miles away from the venue, and in the same parking lot as the after party.
That's literally like the American version of like the old Italian pizza place that has like his 3 sons open the pizza place.
Yep.
That's so sick. That's how you know
it's just an 11-minute drive down the road.
Yeah. The Revel Patio Grill is the name of the place. And actually that inside of Revel Patio Grill, the place of the after party.
Oh my God. This place looks good.
They have full menu.
No
Thanks,
Diddy.
They have he's on a delay. See, by the time it gets it on air, he's hearing it. He's trying to help me out, but by then I've already done the research. They'll have full food menu all night at the after party as well as bar. The party goes from 8 to 12, but the bar stays open till 2. So that just means the Star Wars celebrities that at the after party, the 13 exclusive guests of that show, they're cut after 12. It's like you go have the rest of your night to do what you want, but the party keeps going till 2. The restaurant is still open, and one of our really good Louisiana style like crawfish places combined with the Revel Patio Grill. So now they have their whole menu of etouffee and jambalaya, crawfish by the pound, the best bread pudding I ever had in my life, on top of the regular Revel menu. But what you got there? That looks like that's Hutchins. Yeah, you can't mess with it.
Oh, dude, that looks so good.
This man was literally planning round 2 and was like, more.
Best burnt ends I've ever had in my life.
I love burnt ends. Good Lord.
Oh.
Their beef ribs are so good. They're like, I think they usually turn out to be like 2 pounds, and like big, good old, Dino from Flintstone dinosaur ribs.
Dang.
And the meat just disintegrates off the bone.
Oh, that's perfect. You're giving Jungle Jedi goosebumps.
They have
I'm from Oklahoma, so southern Oklahoma, so I'm very familiar with good barbecue, both in southern OK and also in North Texas. So
Yeah.
I know how it is.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
They have they also have
Texas
a,
Twinkies.
the Texas Twinkie. I was about to say that it's a jalapeno.
baby.
It's a jalapeno that's stuffed with brisket and cream cheese, and then
Hell yeah.
it's bacon wrapped.
Oh,
Yes.
baby.
Those are so
Yo,
good.
have y'all ever had etouffee before? What he just said earlier? Y'all ever had etouffee?
I think so.
Good. It's so good, man. Get a little
You
toast
will.
in there,
Yeah.
little bread.
I'm trying to remember the last time I was down south, but probably I usually am just eating everything in my path. So
Technically, it was last week, but yeah.
was it
But-
last week? Yeah, I guess it was, but that was not deep south.
No, it's
Really?
not deep south, but it's below the Mason-Dixon.
Dante's trying to vouch for Hard 8 because Hard 8 is okay. Hard 8 is okay.
No,
It's-
Hard 8 is dead to me now.
So
But
wait, should we?
it's
We
just
should
in a
go to
different
Hard
language.
8 first, then, is what you're saying.
No,
And that
why
way-
waste our time? He gave us the good place. Why waste our time? We're going to the good place.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If it's how close was it to the hotel?
11-minute drive.
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah,
But it's a straight shot. Like it looks like you get
it's
on like the
li-
main
Bro,
drag and
yeah.
just
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah, it's straight down Preston. Preston is like the next traffic light past the convention center off Gaylord. And you literally take that for like 5 traffic lights, and then you're there. Like,
Bro, we just hop in.
Yeah, we
hop
should
on
go there
Gates.
first, right? Because it's recommended by Kentucky.
I'm flying
there
Star Wars
first,
Closet. I bought
And
my.
then we'll try the
ticket
other
for
place
the-
that's closer, and we'll be like,
I don't even know if it's closer, to be honest. It may be. I could look. It may not be closer. It may just. I don't know. Either way, it's not worth it.
So,
and then just for everybody that's watching right now, just to let you guys know, so the after party, the celebrities got to go home at 12, but your
Yeah.
boy will still be there.
Yeah. For
No
$1.
real celebrity will still be there.
No dollar charge for autographs, just
Oh.
shots.
Oh, it's
You get
oh,
shot, you
Yes,
get
dude. Yes.
Wrath
Bring
of
a shot,
Mandalore.
bring a
Wrath-
shot to pop, get an autograph, baby.
Wrath of Mandalore will be providing exclusive security for Pop the entire convention.
Okay, but in
Don't
all
be getting too
seriousness,
close,
Pop,
yo. Don't close. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking.
Yeah.
So, ladies, if you're watching this, you gotta relax.
Don't
Okay,
back
we're here for
off.
Star Wars.
That
Yeah,
goes for
dude.
you, Star Wars nerd.
Yeah. Yeah. Back off, nerd.
Pop, how many Jabbas have you signed at this point?
I think like 4 cards. 4
Okay.
Guy
Jabba
is
cards.
gone immediately
Yeah,
down.
I
I'm
did
at
get
2. I'm at 2 for Porkins.
Yeah, so I think I need to just invest in just collecting Jabba cards and just signing them. Just there
I
we
think
go.
at this point I should just start signing Watto cards.
That's funny.
Oh Lord, you know what would be sick if I pulled a 1/1 Jabba card? That would be
That would be
amazing.
insane.
Yeah.
We need that for you.
Yeah.
I need
Did
to
you
pull that
say-
101 Sam Wetwer.
Did y'all say I may have missed this when I hopped on? Roger Christian is going.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
he'll
yeah.
be
Roger
there.
Christian
My
was
boy,
like,
my boy Roger Christian, my friend.
yeah, he was like the
Yeah.
second person we announced.
Sick.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Just making sure. Me and
Yes.
me and Jungle really had an experience with Roger there for about 20 minutes trying to figure out PayPal.
Sure. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I was there too. Yeah. PayPal was great, and then when it finally goes through, you
Okay.
realize that you sent him 50 Canadian.
I just handed
But
the
we
man
couldn't send him
cash.
anything.
That was it.
Yeah. We tried for a minute and it wouldn't let us do it. And he was like, "I think it's you. I think it's you."
He's like,
and I was like,
"It's
"I
you."
don't think that it is."
He's like, "You've got a big problem there, Jungle." You know, something like
He's
that.
not Australian there, dude.
No, that was. I don't think
It's
Jesse made it.
legendary.
That was Australian right there.
I don't think
He
Jesse
really
was
went
there.
down under for that one there.
Yeah.
Oh, I
He ain't
really
from the
hate
outback.
you, Jungle Jedi. You know how he is. You know how he talks.
Oh, I got,
Oh, I invented
Not like
the
that.
lightsaber.
What was really
Oh, cereal.
You know, Jedi.
that was my present.
Do it.
That's sick. That's sick.
There will
I,
be there will be another one coming here. We wifey started sketches, so I'm gonna give you and the boys sketches, like nice sketch art and stuff. So
Heck yeah.
I'll get with you and figure out characters you guys want.
Star Wars Closet. What do you think of his new name, The Wrath of Mandalore?
Bro, I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I like it.
You better
I guess
be.
we'll call you
I'd
Raph.
hope you would be before you start designing graphics. Like, fuck this stuff.
Dude, any name you pick, I will design it, even if I hate it. Okay, that's how much I care for you.
The
What
Raph
if I was
the
closet
Raph
Star
of
Wars?
Muff Buns. There you
I'm just
go.
gonna call you Raph. I'm just gonna start
The
calling you Raph.
That's the
Raph.
inside. That's the inside.
Yeah. What,
Speaking of which, application has just been submitted.
hey, Dante, go ahead and deny that.
Yep. Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, deny
Bobby
that.
watching this, Bobby.
Deny
Yeah,
that, but if
actually-
you see Star Wars
Actually,
Closet,
Dante doesn't get the press apps. It goes right to Bobby.
I got Bobby's email now. Yeah,
someone
buddy.
hit up Bobby.
Spartan says, Pop, my old boss was a fan of yours. Don't want to name drop, but he's a huge Batman fan out of Southern Illinois. Small world, man. Respect to you, sir.
His name is Timothy.
Thank you. I'm also a Batman fan too.
Heck yeah, Batman's
Sure,
the
So
shit.
see, Closet, that whole plan of you telling Bobby not to accept me would literally destroy your ride to Rebel ScumCon. So
That wasn't my plan. That wasn't my plan.
it's now yours. You've
That was
adopted
Pop. That Pop was the
Nope.
one talking.
it. Pop is an angel. He would never do something like that to me. He
Pop,
loves me.
no, dude, you don't. No. Yeah, Pop's great. Pop's great.
But no,
I
Star
mean,
Wars Closet.
you met me in person. Come on, I'm like a mixture between Fergie and Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm gonna say is Pop literally offered to pay my kids' entire college tuition. So I mean, great guy.
Yeah.
Well, okay, all right. Pop did pay my kids' college tuition, and he's 5. So
Yeah.
Hey,
he didn't offer; he did it. Didn't even tell me he was going to do it. Thank you, Pop.
Yeah, Closet. This time I won't have the expedition. 2 hours ago I bought my round trip plane ticket to Dallas.
yeah, this time I won't be driving the K5.
Oh.
I bought
By the way,
ticket.
Jungle.
I will
Jungle,
still be
you gotta
driving the
get your-
Tiguan.
Like I said, you got to let me know what your plan is, what time you're going to get in. We'll split the rental on a car.
Yeah. I ran inside just a few minutes ago whenever I took that pause and was like, Rachel, I've got to fly to Frisco. I gave her a hug and I was like, I got to fly to Frisco. We
And
got
she's
to
like, and then he's running to the room, and she's like, "What?"
Yeah, and I was like, I got to go to Rebel ScumCon. I got to go. I was like, I'm getting a press pass adjacent, and I was like, I'm going. I got to go. So I've got the room lined out. We got to book flights. And then I ran down here.
It's
Okay.
it's funny. When I had disappeared for a second, I asked the fiance if she wanted to go, and she's like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Ah, shit! It's already a room full of 4 dudes." Yeah, no, you can go to the next convention.
Dang.
Closet, did I hear you say that you do graphics? Do you do animations?
Yeah.
No.
Cool.
Okay.
That's
Yes,
good
I
to
do.
know. I have an idea for an animation for my logo, and I'd like to pick your brain and see what you think about that later.
Yeah. That's fine. Hit me up.
Cool.
$2 finder's fee.
Hey, no, dude, we met in person. We bonded over a Roger Christian debacle with Venmo or whatever it was, PayPal.
Yeah. When Roger
Yeah.
became Australian.
So I
Dude,
had
we're
that
already-
same issue, but I was rolling solo, so I was sweating bullets, man.
What was going on with Venmo?
So
It was just
PayPal, I think, but-
the way he wanted you to do it, like if the PayPal wasn't working, he brought up like these Canadian banks, and I was like, my bank is not on there, homie. And then he's like, well, you'll have to figure out the PayPal, and then like it made you re-sign up and do some other thing to like send him money, and it
That's
was
why I brought cash,
Yeah.
baby.
Cash.
Cool. That means I get to plug my show again. So when you come to Rebel ScumCon, we have a ticket booth. You can take care of.
Yes.
We have a separate ticket booth that you go to, and
Yeah.
you don't have to deal with having to like have some awkwardness of trying to pay a celebrity or making change with that dude or have him pull a 10 out of his pocket or
That's
try to
nice.
give you some loonies and toonies because he's every single person, and this is up your guys' alley, will get a trading card.
Oh,
Sick as
The
fuck.
trading card you get to keep. The
Oh,
bottom
sick.
section of it has it's perforated and it tears off, and it'll say what you bought. Like this, so we have a proprietary system We punch what you buy.
Go.
If you buy 3 autographs, you get 3 cards.
That's
you get
sick.
a card for every person you get something from. You
That
get to
is
keep
sick.
the card, and there's stuff on the back too. You can't really see because this is in plastic.
Bro.
But
Dude,
it's-
you guys are killing it.
Yo, the
That's sick.
giveaways are going crazy, boys.
Bro, that's
Right?
sick.
And so you don't have to have that awkwardness of what you just described, and that's something that we tried to eliminate before it would happen. And it's because it's something that would happen for us. I mean, me and my partners go to cons. That's what we do. And we usually go just to Star Wars celebrities. That's our vibe. But I mean, there's still, like, before I got back into Star Wars collecting heavy, I would go do the Sons of Anarchy and the Game of Thrones and all those other dudes. And we just took all the things we didn't like and all the things that were weird. And it's like, it is weird to, like, for a guy that has a $40 autograph and you got a $50 bill. Now you got this dude who you just want to, interact with, like, trying to make change for you. And it's like, how do we get rid of that? Well, we'll do a ticket system, but instead of having a stupid QR code or a receipt that you can lose, it's like, no, you get a trading card and then you get a souvenir out of it too.
Yeah, that's sick. That's a great idea. Props to you.
Mine's getting top loaded immediately.
Yeah.
Mine's getting one touched.
And then on top, and what we do is we use that same that same graphic for everything because it's just useful, and it just circles the Star Wars universe so much. It's basically a card back that's a trading card. So we also make card backs for every guest.
Dude.
Brother.
Oh.
And it also has, like, a little bio on the back. It's got, like, it like a VC thing. It shows, like, other cards from the set. And something we thought we'd do that was fun last year, and we're going to continue to do that.
Y'all are on crack.
Yeah, and that's the same way the banners are too. So every guest has the same banner. It's not like one dude has a 5-foot long thing. It looks like a bed sheet. All these different things. It's all uniform. It's clean. It's neat. Everyone has the same exact banner. It's a card back style, but it's 6 foot long, and it just we just try to do things a little bit better than everyone else.
You did it. I'm in. I like it.
Yeah,
I mean, we're not perfect. There's going to be things we mess up. There's going to be things that are going to come up that we haven't thought of, but
that's events for you,
Yeah,
You're playing all day, and then something's gonna happen,
My expectations are so high now.
The way that it's looking is like you guys are really, I don't know, you guys are onto something. Like,
yeah.
I think you guys are going to end up being like one of the big heavy hitters in the year for a lot of people.
Yeah. 100%.
It's because you guys really care. It's a craft for you as much as anything else. And you guys really get the community because you are going to these cons constantly throughout the year.
Not only are they going to them, but, like, Kentucky, you said this in the room sales the other night with Tony and Pop, is like, you're like, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And what I want to see is what everybody else wants to see.
Exactly.
So I'm going to put it together. Let's see it.
And what's cool about Josh and Bobby, my other two primary partners, that we don't have the same mind about things too. Like, he's like kind of into autographs, but not. He's into collecting. Like, I'm into autographs, so I'm the guy that's going to get my Black Series signed or my VC signed, and then and Bobby's into his own thing too. And just like Bobby's into Transformers, I'm in the G.I. Joe, and Josh is into DC and Batman. So it's like we all have our own thing. So, like, it's not like, and having multiple of us, the three of us, not just one owner who says, like, it's my way or that's it. Like, we have we kind of vote on things. We kind of bounce ideas of each other. So there's that we kind of try to. It's not just, man, this is what I like. It's
right.
We kind of have a good assortment of people, and we have other people surrounding us. So it's like, oh, we have this idea. Cool, let's do that. That sounds great.
Yeah, and I mean, I can speak to. I mean, we talked at Ends, the other night. Just how genuine of a person all of you guys are too that I've met so far. Just like that was the deal sealer for me. It's not like smoke and mirrors and this, that. It's like what I believe, whatever you say is going to be there, it's going to be there, and that's
100%.
that is so
what we care about.
Fundamental for conventions and stuff like this, because you know, like look at what happened at Celebrations. I mean, like when it's these big corporate entities, it's just like, hey, you paid for an auto for Hayden Christensen, and you might have only flown out here for that, and
Yeah,
sorry.
I was there. I was
Yeah.
there. Me, and you know, my girlfriend's thing that she's really into is photo ops, and she had, you know, so she buys them no matter what. Like she bought a Sam Witwer one. I'm like, babe, he's coming to the show. She's like, I don't care. It's my first celebration. I want a picture with Sam Witwer. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But she got Diego and she got Hayden, and
Yeah.
Diego was only there Sunday, and
Yeah.
her Hayden was for Sunday. And I'm like, these are the two going to be the longest lines. These are the people that have already had issues. Hayden's had issues. They oversold, and it's like, you know, she had anxiety the whole time, and
It kills the vibe.
yeah, it's and you know, so but I mean, you know, that's a whole different animal. That's a
Right.
you know that's a show with 100,000 people. You know, it's
Right.
you know that's you know a problem we don't have to worry about yet. I mean, who knows if ever, you know, I mean, you know, if that becomes an issue for us, that'd be great. I'd love to try to figure out how to get 100,000 people in the door.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're gonna keep learning and keep doing what we need to do, and just keep like trying to reinvent the wheel each time, and just, you know, none of us are in this to get rich. That's not our plan at all. It's like, that's why we keep adding things like, you know, these cards and all these extras that other people who were just looking to make money aren't going to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's not our goal. Our goal is to have that best weekend. Like, all right, this is going to be the best weekend of the year, especially if I'm a con goer, if I want to, you know, if I'm an autograph person, if I'm a photo op person, if I'm looking for, you know, interesting people that are going to be in panels, like I want it to be that best weekend for everyone. And that's why we want to have a little bit of everything. So, you know, we find your perfect, you know, person, your perfect experience for that weekend, and it kind of is interchangeable for everybody.
Yeah,
I think that's the difference of like business and art, and then
Yeah.
rare occasions people can combine them, and that's what this kind of seems like. It's like the fact that you can turn a conference into an art form is wild. So
Yeah.
I think that's what's so intriguing for so many people about this particular one.
Yeah. I'll say this too, like, thank you for, I know you don't have anything to do with it, but still, like, thank you for giving us the opportunity with the press passes and stuff to be able to go there and like film content and get, like, this is exciting. Like, where I'm super stoked.
Yeah.
I know these guys are, like, for all of us, this is our first time going to Rebel Scum, and I'm already like, oh my God, like, this is crazy.
You know, we had 13, I think, press passes. Bob, I was actually just talking to Bobby about this today. He said we had 13 press passes last year, and he's like, we're at 27 confirmed right now, and that's like, and everyone is coming back again. So it's like he's, and I don't know if those numbers are accurate, because every like a like confirmed person has like a +1. Usually that's like maybe a camera person for them or whatnot, but it's just something that, you know, that's how we started, and that's how we're going to continue, is wanting to make sure the community knows about the event or gets to see what people had fun doing, so that, you know, so that the word just gets spread. And, you know, the best way to do that is with the community, which, you know, you guys are part of the community.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why we branched out that way this year, that we've kind of, you know, had a lot of different, you know, content creators that we've done, you know, guest announcements with, so that, you know, it wasn't like something we're like, okay, cool, let's just put this photo on our, you know, on our Facebook page, and now he's, you know, now that's someone coming to the show. But we've actually gone out and talked about every one of our guests, and talked with, you know, content creators about each one. And, you know, I think it's more beneficial for the community, because you don't have to find out about this after it happened, and
Right.
find what you missed out on. It's, you know, it's hopefully you get to make the decision yourself, instead of finding out and the decision was made for you.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I've been at the past couple of years, is, you know, I've been in and out of multiple aspects of the Star Wars community. I'm just always like, oh, that's really cool, I didn't get to go. That's super cool, I didn't get to go. Didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, that was one of our biggest issues last year, was just knowledge, was people knowing of us.
Mm-hmm.
And I, you know, I think, I mean, and that's just something we're just working at this year, is making sure that people know we exist. I mean,
They're gonna know.
The fact that the event went so well last year, and the people that were there enjoyed it so much, that word of mouth helped out a lot, and that was a big factor for a lot more people knowing about it this year, and that's that natural effect that we're hoping is gonna, is working its way.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kentucky. Definitely is going to be big. I can't wait. To you guys, can't wait. Again, like a Star Wars summer camp is going to be amazing.
It's gonna be
Crazy.
sick.
I don't know how the rest of you guys going to stay on, but I do have my daughter graduating at 9:00 in the morning, high school. That's how old I am.
Yeah, dude.
So
Congratulations,
Congrats,
Bob.
man. Congrats.
I'll be out, guys, but thank you guys. We got to do this again.
Yes.
Yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
read
Yeah,
the
Pop.
private chat real quick before you leave.
Yes,
Check it out.
sir.
Peace out, Pop. Have a
Peace
good night.
out, Pop. I love you.
See you, Pop.
Stay 5 feet away from him, sir.
Hey, I already got my auto in Japan, so
Oh, for who?
Pop.
I was like, what the hell? Where are we
Oh,
going?
I
with this?
did. I was gonna say,
Was it like a
I
1,000?
was lucky enough to get my Hayden though.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
Dang.
I didn't get it yet. I didn't even, because I didn't want to try there. I was like, you know what? Hayden goes to enough shows in the States. I'm going to be at a show he's at,
Yeah.
and I'll try then. And I don't know what I'm going to get still.
Yeah. Yeah, I got kind of lucky. Like I went in on Friday, so that was whenever I had purchased mine. But
Yeah.
I think a lot of people knew it was his birthday and wanted to meet him on his birthday. And I went and got my ticket to get in line. So you have to get in line to get a ticket to then get in line to get the auto.
Sure.
Jesus.
And so I had done that, but then it was just like a crazy line. It looked like it was going to be 4 hours long. We're at the very back, me and a couple other guys, and we just asked somebody. We were like, if we have this ticket already, can we come back for another session? And so then they were like, well, let's go ask one of the organizers.
Yeah.
One of the organizers came back and was like, if you guys want to come back on Sunday, that would be the right move. If you have that red ticket, you can come back on Sunday. So we're like, bet. And so then we went off to to just enjoy the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then I came back on Sunday and I was like checking the times and I was like, I'll just get there an hour early on Sunday at his last session. And got there. There were a few of us that kind of gathered up an hour early. Someone came over. They were like, hey, are you trying to get here for Hayden? And they were like, oh, well, he's an hour delayed off his photo ops. So he's going to wrap those up and he will be here. What do you guys want to do? And we were like, we're waiting.
Yeah.
And so all of us waited. He was there within an hour. And then it was a short line because I think people had just given up. And so I think I waited like another 30 minutes and then I was there. So I kind of lucked out just because I kind of like felt out the situation.
Yeah.
But I don't think there were very many of us that did.
Yeah.
No, I think a lot of people were, because the word of mouth was traveling around, and I'm talking now as not like, the owner of a show, as like a person who loves, Star Wars and is at Celebration as like a guest. I'm just an attendee. I'm just going there. The word was out on like the Facebook groups and stuff about what was going on, and the people that were upset, and I think that kind of caused people to give up more as well. The announcement that if you didn't get your red ticket by like time they closed the booth Saturday night, like you weren't getting one.
Yeah.
Like they didn't hand out any additional ones on Sunday at all.
Right. Exactly.
Like that kind of stuff. I think just kind of was like just making people just quit. Like I'm not even going to try.
Yep.
We didn't wait that long in line for our photo op. Like, I mean, it moved, pretty quickly, like from the time we were supposed to get online, until, it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I had a cool little interaction with him. I wasn't expecting it. It was the first time I got to really speak to him because I haven't done an autograph with him. And that's kind of when you have more time. Like photo ops are just like it's a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds.
Yep.
You're in, snap, get out. Especially for that and how backed up they were. They were literally putting.
Yeah, they were like pushing people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's horrible. That's like kind of horrible.
Yeah, I heard about that
That's
online,
event,
and then I was like, I hope not. And then after the photo we took with Diego, like I had a hand on my back and I was like, I wouldn't do it. I was like, I wouldn't do it, bro. It's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, like I studied event management. Like you never put your hands on
Ever.
a guest. Like
Ever.
you can speak to somebody and communicate. Like, hey, you have to go now. You do not touch anybody's. It's
Right.
the same thing as like when I'm working in my retail store. It's like I'm not allowed to tackle anybody. I'm not allowed to stop somebody physically
Let
from
them go.
moving.
Yeah.
You have to just let them. You know.
And I don't know why it happened. I don't know if it was, a language barrier issue after like all the stress and anxiety was put on people that were not necessarily, probably completely understanding, the way that the situation was supposed to be laid out to the way that it
Right.
did lay out. And then you had a language barrier and built in there as well. So, I don't know why it was going down, but it was definitely happening.
I mean, I saw photos of people who literally were crying in their
Yeah,
in
I
their
saw
photos
that too.
with Hayden.
It's
wild.
I mean, I had a cool interaction. Like the second before we walked in, the last thing they said to us was like, "Don't ask for a pose, don't try to shake hands, or like don't ask to shake hands." And I'm like, "That's weird. I've never been told
Yeah.
that before." I've heard like don't ask for a pose because like I saw people with like holding lightsabers with him, each one holding the saber and all kinds of cool things. Like these, and I guess they're like, "Oh well, if we don't do that, it'll be quicker."
Yeah.
So, that's the last thing they say. Like the second as you're walking towards him, they're saying this in your ear. So it's like you're being programmed. It's the last thing you're thinking. It's the first thing you're thinking. And as soon as we were like 3 feet from him, he reached out to shake our hands, and like me and my girlfriend both froze. We're like,
Did we shake his hand?
And like, yeah. And
I'm
I'm like,
shaking. I'm
he's
shaking
all
my
right.
hand.
I did. I mean, I immediately did, but in my head, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
But instantly, I'm like, oh, duh, he's doing it. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not initiating it.
Yeah, what are
And,
they gonna do? Tackle you?
Yeah, right.
He's like that. He's
And,
like that though. He's so personable.
he's
He wants to
genuine.
interact with everybody.
And
Yeah.
I've heard that about him. And like, but the only other time I'd been around him, we did a Hayden and Ewan shoot at like MegaCon because my girlfriend loves photo ops. So anytime she sees them around, she's like, I gotta get it. But they were kind of like just chatting with each other. It was the same thing, long line, whatever. So we were just in and out so quick. But this time I was like, I had gotten a patch made for patch trading. It was a Vader patch. I have it right on the side of the monitor. I'll grab it. But I was like, as we were getting to either side of him to get ready to take the photo, I was like, would it be cool if I give this to your handler for you? And he's like, no. It's like, give it to me. I want it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool, right on. And then it was like, look at the camera, snap, and then hand it to him. And he's like, whoa, this is cool. And there's Arabesh on it. And I'll just grab it. It's right here.
Yeah.
Sick.
I can keep talking about it, but it's literally, right here.
I love the Arabesh, man.
That's sick.
Oh, yeah, that's
dude.
Dope.
Yeah, it's on my challenge coin as well. So because that's what I made the patch, and I was like, oh, it's already round. I can make a challenge coin out of that.
Sick.
And it says, you did not kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. And it says Vader at the bottom. And so after I told him what, the Arabesh, and he was like, oh, that's awesome. And I watched him put it in his pocket. And I was like, as I'm like getting,
It's so sick.
kicked in the back to like out of here. But yeah, it was a fun experience. It made up for all of the anxiety of wondering if it was going to happen, how it's going to happen. Is it going to be fun? Is it going to be awkward? It was just cool.
Catch you later, Grizz. Thanks for popping in, man.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
It's incredible.
This is
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. I had a nice conversation with him whenever I got the auto. And yeah, it was great. He was like, how was your day?
Yeah.
And I was like, it was great, man. Thank you. How was your day? And then we just kind of like started chatting, and I'm like, dude, he actually cares about each individual interaction. He
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
does. And yeah, as I was walking, I was like, or as I was kind of like wrapping up, I was like, dude, I was just like, I just want to say, man, like, thank you so much for coming back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And he looked me right in my eyes, and we shared this like this moment where it was like, yeah, like you're
Yeah,
welcome,
like,
you know, like because
yeah,
that
this is
really
why.
matters. Yeah, man. It was like a little heart to heart that we had because I'd been waiting, dude. I was gonna tell him, I was like, I'm gonna thank him because I know how hard he had it in those early days.
Yep.
And for him to come back and like
Yep.
do what he's done and is doing now is so phenomenal and so
Mhm.
badass. I needed him to know that, you
It's-
know, like
I love Tony's thing too, because obviously he's met him a few times and
Yeah.
stuff, and like he said, it was cool because he got up there, and as Hayden was signing something, and the handler was like, "Hey, I know you. You're Star Wars Sith." And Hayden stopped mid autograph and looked up and were like, "Hey, you made it!" Like
Yep.
he knew, like he was a friend. It was like so cool. Like he remembers people like that. Like
yep.
Yeah, no, he's a real genuine good person.
Very.
And, and he's in the short interaction I had, he lived up to what I've heard. And it was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm like, I didn't doubt it, but even in those couple of seconds, I saw it, and it's real.
Yeah.
I love what he said. One of the things that profoundly changed his life is something that George Lucas told him is you can't change the world, but you can change your world and invite people in it.
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
like,
right.
dang, that's wild, man. That is so cool.
Yeah, he lives that, man.
He does.
He lives that completely.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it was a good celebration for that stuff. Filoni had a good amount of Georgisms that he kind of talked about in a couple of the panels. I think the Ahsoka panel he talked more about George because he had Hayden there too. It was good. It was good to hear some of the George stories, some of the George theories, and reasons to live by.
sick.
I will still stand by the fact that the Tamora Morrison Daniel Logan panel was the greatest thing I've ever seen on the internet.
Do
they were
Raph,
such a
you gotta
riot
do
up
it.
there.
You gotta do it, Raph.
We're gonna sing.
Oh, that was that was the one that was on the live stage, right?
Yeah,
It was on the live stage.
He
Oh,
just
that
kept
was
cutting
hilarious.
that guy off and cutting him off, and then the
I'm
guy
on
just
my.
kinda- You could tell he kind of looked at the producer, was just like, "What am I supposed to do here?" You know.
And then
Dude,
he's like,
so funny.
Raph,
Dude, so
on my bantha.
On my bantha.
That's
So
great.
that was my TEM auto I got while I was there.
Oh, that's
Please,
Run it.
please.
$1. Run it $1.
Have you guys tried to get Tamara Morrison?
No.
We
him.
tried to get him on year one, and first year show going after the heavy hitters like that, you don't have any credibility. So I think there was a decent amount of agents that didn't take us seriously whatsoever at all year one.
Yep.
And there was other shows that happened that year that weren't all Star Wars shows, but happened, and they were first year show, and things went bad. The show didn't happen, and like celebrities got locked out of their hotel rooms, and they had to pay to get into them to get their stuff. So there's definitely apprehension about a new show.
Yeah.
And we want. I mean, of course, we're fans, so we're like, oh, we want that guy, we want this guy. Hey, can we get Ian and Hayden, and can we get Mark? And we're like, oh wait, no, we can't. We can't afford any of them. I think this year probably could have been a year that we could have got him, but it just so happened that he had canceled previous year for Boston Fan Expo, and so he had to he owed them a makeup. So and that's the same weekend as our show. So there was we're not going to be able to get him. He's going to have to do that show. It'd be a really bad look for him if he came into our show after canceling the year before. So that's just the way that goes.
Yeah.
And
He's also
Because that's the other guy I really want to meet. Because Boba's my favorite character, man. So
we're gonna have everyone eventually. I mean,
dude, yeah, exactly.
Including Wrath of Mandalore.
Dude,
Yeah.
he is such a cool dude. Talk about a cool dude to meet. Like, man,
I look at
I cannot say
hate
enough
you.
good things
Yeah.
about
I hate
Tamira
you.
Morrison.
Shut up.
Man.
the Ray side. Like every time she goes, he goes
Mhm.
to an Australian
I
con and
know.
she's
I
there.
keep
It's
seeing
so
that.
fun to watch her, man. Like
Yep.
I
Yeah.
love her interactions with him. It's so genuine and cool.
I still can't understand what they're saying once they get too close to
Once
each
they get
other.
going.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Which, by the way, I think Tony's trying to work on getting Hannah out there. I think
We're trying to get.
that'd be
We
sick.
we did an announcement with Hannah. I think it was the Sam announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Nice.
did with Will and Hannah and Mortis. And wait, was Pop on that one or was Tony on that one? There were so many people on that announcement. We just kept bringing more people in. We just ran out of boxes on the screen.
That's
But
sick.
it was cool to have Hannah on it because that was the first time we got to speak with her. I mean, because how we do this is like we see people on like Instagram like, oh, she's hilarious, she's awesome. Dante, can you see if we can do something with Rayzide? And it's like, yeah, and then then it happened.
It was. I will say this: like you are.
I mean, what am I getting yelled at for saying? I'm giving away the sauce.
One of the things
Tony
I'll
was
say-
on it. Okay, yeah, Tony was on it.
One of the things I'll say as far as like how cool and genuine you are is so that room sale night, obviously we were having fun and stuff. You were talking and we were chatting it up and having fun. And you told us, like, hey, just keep out, like, look out for the press pass stuff. Like, and I was like, okay, cool. And then we had a fun night and stuff. And then this morning, I woke up to you friend requesting me on Facebook. I'm like, he remembered me. Like, holy crap. Like, I can't believe he remembered.
I was scrolling. It was like people and it was like the third person. I was like, that face. I know that face.
That's awesome. I have a memorable face. What can I say?
I've seen that beard before.
Oh, yeah. The Obi-Wan Kenobi beard. You know it.
We're also to go back to Tem, like we know Daniel Logan pretty well, like me and my partners, and
I love Daniel.
Oh, come on, baby.
And I was talking to Daniel actually at customs coming into Japan because he was in the line like one row in front of me, so we kept passing each other, every like 45 seconds, and I saw him and I'm like, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, I think that's Daniel Logan. She's like, I don't know, it looks like him a little bit, but I'm not sure. And then we passed away like 2 more times. And then someone was talking and someone talked to him like behind him. And I heard him and he just had, it's him when he's talking. He has a very distinct voice. And I was like, yep, it's Daniel. So
it's almost like he tries to hide the accent sometimes.
it's
Tonway's here.
Yeah. His high pitch. It's no different than he was when he was a kid, when he was in attack. So the next time we passed by, I just handed him my business card without even saying anything to him. Like we didn't even like interact. I just reached over the stanchion and handed it to him because I know him the least. My 2 partners have had him on their like live show, like to do a signing, and they've interacted a number of times, and I've met him through them. So he looked at the card and he was like, "Oh shit, man!" He's like, "Hey, y'all guys got a hell of a lineup this year." I'm like, so then the next time we come back, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, next year I need to get you and Tem together. And he's like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, we're gonna fucking do it. I'm like,
let's go.
I love it. That's sick.
Just get him a bunch of sake and put him on the stage.
Dude, my favorite story of him is Ewan getting him to make that weird face,
Oh, yeah.
And he like leans down to him and is like, pretend I just made a terrible fart,
Yeah.
So he opens the door and like now every time I see that scene and he's like, like all I think about now.
Act surprised.
Yeah.
Just pretend I did a terrible fart.
That's
that was on I think the Graham Norton show. I think I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited. Kentucky, thank you so much for being here tonight. I know it's super short notice for you. But we really do appreciate it. We are super excited. As things kind of progress here, as you guys announce more people, we would be honored if you'd allow us to announce one of them, if that would be cool with you. I'm
not in control of my own show. That's what Dante is my.
Hey Dante, I know you're watching. Can we? Is it okay if we announce a guest? Come on, man. Okay, now we just got to sit here and wait for him to text Kentucky.
We have to. I don't know how many we have left. I know we have some left. And of the ones we have left, he may have already promised all of them already.
Okay.
because there was some he's laughing. I was like, yeah, he's laughing because he knows it's the truth. Because when you were like, hey, do you want to like jump? I think you mentioned it earlier this afternoon. You're like, hey, you want to jump on a podcast? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I can. And I'm like, I would love
If
to.
they're
I'm
gonna
like,
let you.
like he's literally, he probably wants to go to bed, but he's like, I gotta listen to me.
He's like,
Yeah,
I gotta
I've
make
gotta
sure he
monitor
doesn't
this guy.
spill the beans.
Dante,
Yeah,
we'll
this is
keep him up
crazy.
all night if you don't allow us to announce a guest.
I'll
We're gonna
run him
keep
over
all
with my
night.
banter.
I got some Red Bull upstairs. I can make this happen. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, but seriously, we would be honored if there is any.
Yeah.
If you guys do have any room for us, we would be honored to be able to announce a guest and have you guys
Be
on.
dope.
So,
Be dope.
but so I appreciate it. Thank you very much. We got a new Wrath of Mandalore. Welcome
Yeah.
as new name, Wrath of Mandalore. Love it, dude. Can't
he just-
excited to see it.
Yeah.
He changed mid-show. Like all of a sudden, he was
Literally.
a new person.
100%.
Should
He's
have been here for
smiling-
the
smiling
You
more now.
should have been here for the Andor stream. I think I changed my name like 17 times that stream.
You did. You did. It was wild. It was wild.
I think at one point I was Darth Cuckus the Wise.
yeah.
But at least you didn't go from Clone Force 97 to Banana Boy.
Yeah,
So
that would have been bad.
it could-
Yeah, that would
You
have been
know,
bad.
that has happened.
That has
Yeah.
happened. That has happened.
It's,
Jungle, thank you for joining,
of the
sir.
lore.
Appreciate it.
Hey, thanks for the invite, dude. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely, dude.
I'm excited to do more of these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
Jungle, hit me up and I'll
Yeah.
help out.
Cool.
Yep.
We'll talk, dude. I
Heck
really
yeah.
appreciate that.
Guys, I put it in the private chat. I think we're gonna start a podcast with at least the four of us, if not Ricky too.
Good
So
Lord.
be tuned for that. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun with this. So
I'm running out of days I can request off a week.
right. Star
Bro,
Wars
I literally
Closet.
just got back from work an hour and a half ago.
I love it. I love it. Closet, thank you for joining us, sir. Appreciate that.
Thank you for the invite. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes,
And good to
sir.
meet you, Kentucky, my new favorite human alive forever.
Thank you for the graciousness. I was glad to be here. I got no problem answering questions anytime you want. As long as Dante's not yelling at me and he lets me out of my cage to turn the camera on.
Yeah.
I had a good time. Thanks. It was fun.
Yes,
Yeah, appreciate
absolutely.
you.
Thanks for
Appreciate
joining.
you.
We'll have you on again for sure. So, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you. Stay tuned for more videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe to each and every one of our channels.
Wrath of Mandalore.
Wrap it in, Noir. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one, and may the force be with you always.
Well, what have